What's up? Hello. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Is it girls no? Omunka hello.
I'm gonna say.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Dion.
Someone have more pressure.
Yeah, because for taxi. Ya wo Ghana ya. O te de chemzo ya o.
The chemzo.
Fro ka ya. Ka chere da ba. Wa kan si ezizo. Besu o se dai kemzo.
De
dai kemzo. Ti na ni no so funai.
We could be here.
You didn't do so funai. Next time we be here.
Also dai kemzo.
We so dai kemzo. So no onim dai kemzo. The James no nim.
The James no say dai kemzo here the James.
The James no. Ala. Edio. Yango Kofi.
It's good morning.
Good morning. Now to say
over here.
One burger.
Burger be.
Japan burger.
Me hu ne.
Onyamai.
Me hu ne.
Oh waba.
They be say o si me hu no.
Okay.
Two different statements.
Okay.
Yeah, me hu ne.
Okay. Matthias.
Rich. Club football is back.
Sure.
For those of us who love club football, maybe even more than international football, no, we will get it from now till March, which is good. And Rich, between Madrid and Barcelona, which of the two teams do you like? I know you're not a fan of both of them, but on operations, how they do their things, which of the two now okay? Like Nhyira, like
Barcelona and Casablanca.
Football club Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Why?
Because how many Chelsea boy nyami had on Tuesday?
Okay, apart from that, but so we Chelsea free. The events or Chelsea are sure mokra. It's the year no free one. But in terms of
Chelsea are sure.
Some because the fans almost Chelsea. I because anything now Paul massive no.
Can you say? Young fan say Barcelona Chelsea.
No problem.
It's an example. Do better to Barcelona.
Great, no problem. But me say, just forget about game on Tuesday. No? Focus on the two clubs.
I love Barcelona because of one thing. How we see migrate our youth system no into a senior system no from the La Masia.
Okay.
So unlike teams in Libya, obobonya mienu kura just okofa baby fufro. Asano asaba no.
Okay.
Barcelona, La Masia, or you know, Kakrabia, possibly Barcelona team A to abo, and I love them for that.
Okay.
Because of youth development.
Because of how
managing
how their strategy is
almost
in terms
strategy,
of bringing
almost
players.
structure. No.
I think that is good.
Yeah.
Rich, when you look at how history has shaped the culture of Barca and in Madrid, I can understand why Nkofo gravitated towards Madrid because Madrid is a much more flamboyant club. Especially, OPBT says stability. Madrid has gotten stability more than Football Club Barcelona. Madrid has had a president for more than 2 decades. Since Florentino Perez will take over Jumano as the president of Football Club Real Madrid, it has been him. And he has managed the club from where they were as a club to the top. And in go for Pesandia money, the allure around Madrid, it is the King's Club. It is a club where only known to be winning the Champions League back to back to back. When they play in the Champions League, there is certain aura around them that's only bar, and you are not near perfect, they punish you. So there are a ton of people who believe that. Unim say the redevelopment of the Spotify company started before the redevelopment of the Santiago Bernabeu.
But Madrid are paying the energy. Why? It's Ghana.
Of course. It's a simple reason of finances and money. And Baby Anabasa was a club. You see, Madrid has always been financially viable. Maybe somebody will say that because they have a president who is a finance person and also a politician, Marin Sartunu has always made it easy for Florentino Perez to raise capital, raise revenue, and then manage Football Club Real Madrid. But Barca AGI almost started on redevelopment, you know. They had to look for money. But before then, before Juan Laporta came, from Sandro Rosell to Jose Mario Bartomeu, no one broke a guano Barca for one tizo. So Bartomeu had to come and pay. And that is the other side of the coin. Almost certain level of affinity for Barcelona. No? They do because this is a club. They are not your normal institution big name. Let me explain. Uko Spain, the elite, quote and unquote, are seen to be the white of Madrid, the Los Blancos. No? That is where they are. Madrid, the capital of Spain. The Catalans or Catalonia, and of course, from that effect, betting Barcelona no, has always been a group of people who had to fight for independence. Even up to now, the Catalans are fighting for independence from Spain. Yeah. So, from them, more of oppression. And I'm going to build a club. No? So, from nothing, not the allure of Madrid, not the money of Madrid, but they're still able to build a club like this. That is why there are also some people like you who on the other side and say that, And by extension, somebody can say that maybe because Barca have not been easy in terms of money getting, you know, they were forced to also promote players from their academy to come through. Or buy players from other players from other places, come build them at the La Masia and to bring them through to the Football Club Barcelona. Why am I saying this? Mikacho said this week, Barca had gotten the license to operate at a Spotify company, which is excellent story. But Rich, this is the one thing that would get Barcelona close to stability and finances when it comes to Football Club Real Madrid. Last season, Barca get Spanish La Liga and they won it. Last season, Barca conferred a German coach, which semi-final of the Champions League. This season, and they did all of that.
We had the weekend edition of Nhyira Guitar Passport. So, we say every Saturday, beyond or yet tenacity on Konon, na ya sorry, a yedumi no bra. Yade Abiwa news, a better so. Adi amamo and the fool house mbeto bibia enka ewo aye dwumadie no so nche ebe kwa amanene na ya share amanene nkomo no ase ne adi nkomo no diaba na ya be wie dwumadie no ewo aye efie bra the Ghana Premier League ma day 11 games ni na no ha of course ye be preview ni na kama say na ye no ewo aye amanene no enti bra YouTube Nhyira TV Nhyira TV 3 solid hours agude mu nsam kwa oba fa o message ni jaho ye kwa manani aba ye ba mo messages awdo amode aba ni na ye bekenkan enso etimi edi amamo awo aye YouTube Nhyira TV enti mo amutie live awo radio so Nhyira 104.5 no o pese o ka bibi sese ma ye kan wasam de ma odi a agi say YouTube Nhyira TV nemum ebekasemadu amadu mienu na bona ya sori a ejai dia kando di amamo na monsoma baba chama dwen ade afa dwumadi a ene yebedi nsema do ababro so awo aye dwumadi no enso ene anopay na the tennis club football is back na eduro say amakacho say wo de ni Nhyira 104.5 FM Nhyira Passports yebe preview games na kama pa atimi ade amount titiru mu a moboko efficacy mu no in fact Ayala and Fifi Manfred Eddie Ebewuram near preview games no na inform na o decision abeteke no onso hu kwan a obefa so ene okofikese ma obetwa aye obet no ho na de ena no early kick off no chance na etia no 12:30 yen Vanity Fair amo Chelsea na Liverpool and so and Nottingham Forest abo Newcastle abo Man City na Arsenal China Toriamos for game no the London Derby and so etimi atodwa nina no ayen koma ebedi from the EPL Okola Liga and so I was Spain Barcelona ne amo Atletico Bilbao na Athletic Club di Bilbao and afi Alchi nyame yadmo China amo so ene Real Madrid ebo Serie A no the tell say Italy big game in fact derby or China the Milan Derby Inter and ebo fie na how team from say AC Milan, of course Fiorentina and Juve, Napoli, Atlanta in the nana some any the other games and so our ha yabaka was some more Jumadian so Bundesliga and so no Germany Bayern Munich Omani Freiburg Edna about the informed Bayern Munich na the French League and so no the tennis PSG at Tenefie at train team from say Le Havre nini nano aye games are eba so awo aye the 5 major leagues and nini nano yebe remni di nkomo no at the amamda the news if Luis Diaz in fact Abraham Tosina Kadema Bayern formerly of Liverpool Abraham Tambake in the Champions League Abraham Bayern PSG kobo no okotaka bi Emma Shafa Hakimi ku prai nano na the eba ne say yes UEFA say Abraham 3 matches also intimate and some Vinicius Junior so no yes no contract no ban na eben say and so ebetimi aspa and so ye de ho komo at the bana there's this news eba a chere say yes Robert Lewandowski nti enema Barcelona ejai Zabi omuja no kwan ema no so no etimi ekoye na reason tia ema yes Barcelona for no etake decision so betie Robert Lewandowski no the story behind the story nini na no yebedi san komo no awo ayedwumadi nso ne abefie of course ayala ba enti Black Stars komo na ne yebesa to aso ne yedidi nkakaka ade afa ho na fe the Ghana Premier League nso no sada medical kano ma day 11 Samatex any commercials no kwanyame ya mo china e wo Samabo Hearts of Folk e ko wanchi na amone young apostles etimi ade akopim so a but no Karela Basekoli Stars Mediama Bechem United any the other games in the nano yakoba na reaction from coaches any players in the nano yabobi and so etimi at the amamu insha 104.5 garbage ram Gabi the foreigner and the Andy Costa the common in afi amo at the amanin samno etimi at the Abentibra YouTube insha TV oba subscribe na efa o message no ka ho I'm here coming here by and I can kind message I would do what the abrain I will Jumedie no and so and the date you're saying 22nd right there's an kaka but we yeah try you then say you I have been a year yarn sir all right I go say good morning
good morning
now to say
oba de na dom or the name so ache
e de nyame ase Andy Costa and the mentor Chairman, I want to say,
Yankupon down my holding.
You didn't hear me say, Mobo early kickoff against Burnley.
Your coach said a second one that was to be my engine too.
Say,
I say your continental break be a by an Amadia Tiano. October, the Amadia Tiano. Now we're so much Andia Tiano.
Into Momo.
Twas to be the
Tosso and a one game animal.
Was a
one game animal.
Now the teams will be the bill. I don't
know. Monday. I was like, I'm going to
as somebody try to choose
I
was one cousin way. Yeah, try to say, I'm favor. More big game. Yeah,
I was like a boy underground.
No, too. More boy, big game in Barcelona. Yes, some more game in Tenamon Reserve. More problem than your master.
Give me the idea, but now sell kick off no. Sabro for the early no. Mumpe, I don't need help because Sabro for no ordered the and your brother papa.
As a more yet to himself, maybe.
I'm far.
There's more.
Okay. Just the record our turf more than Yamiam Nukrini.
Yes,
Swenny.
Yes, baby, and so fat, baby, I click it. And to say, Moody Monkwana will play a mobile game and many ideas. I say, and just go moving when you did him. Yes, a good one. Muso Bobby are waiting in Iowa, we permit to be done than the most. I just about words you to know. Apart from I don't to be here,
striker defender.
No problem, Manchester United.
Okay, in coming in him. I tell them from so, you're coming in Yaba. Are you ready?
tena face ya the update no e dia ba yakato say adwuma dia live YouTube handle uko YouTube no Nhyira TV na what subscribe ya video no we comment every pam ya tima kenkan nyina dia ma wan say I would do nyina so matches to in fact no other game back to our friend league and your OG series bobo ko no motrefie am Olympic to myself ko no mo ntenanum wo betimu ba ko pay America Aubameyang enya go sanso ana Mason Greenwood wono nya 2 goals ho Timothy Weah head back ka ho ansana Pasao enso enya another goal Manchester niema enso ye kama Edmo Olympic to myself bobo ko no na ene matches are atwan say ana on ko bani nyina asi ate ayade say LCD loans bobo ko no wo mo tena fe mo Strawberg na ebo na fe starting Rene o mo ni AS Monaco o mo game na tima twene ansana PSG o mo ni Le Havre ana Chelsea ebo etena anom ay Sunday pato ade say Ejo Oje o mo ene Olympic Lyon edi se na fe ade say Stade Brassois o mo ni Metz bobo ko ne ebo Nantes enso ene Lorient na ebo ansana Toulouse bobo ko na trafie o mo ni Angers enso edi se ne ansana Lille Metropole o mo ene Paris FC edi se ne ti eno ya matches ha ebeto dwa etena de na no pe no ye kekere kakra ade ma sisia no wo ko league log no so table no so no PSG bobo ko ne tosumi no emom to lead Olympic to Marseille 28 points ne kono ansana PSG so no 27 points ha wo mo tosumi no me ansano LCD Lons bobo ko mo 25 points ansana wa ba benya Strawberg wonum atosu 9 wo mo 22 points ne wa ba benya Lille Metropole mo tosu enum ensia AS Monaco and the San and Command City our friend league and na peno ye ketre ban international padia abrancha de Mason Greenwood 10 goals and a crown and so ba benya Brenton din Adi Joaquim Panachido no ekwa 9 goals Esteban El Lupo ekwa 8 no anya Sofian drop wodo su kra 6 afe Pavard 3 wodo kra 5 goals Pierre America Aubameyang and so kra 5 goals nti and a friendly can in Kobaka kra etotwa odumade so afe yambesin ko Italy na yenkodi Kobaka kra etela crunches ria but all the tenene matches Eberson Kaglawe Catio wobetra family tenu an ebo dinichi and so any Bologna ebo Fiorentina ebetra family 2 fe na ebo na fe yenya assassin Napoli womo ana Atalanta bobo kono edi se na tena matches atwane no ebenya Aras Verona womo Parma ana di se na fe yenya Cremonese any AS Roma afe assassin Lazio womo enso ni Lecce ebo Inter ana afe AS Milan ti we enso ye derby atasanu ya Milan derby ebetotwa odumade so Monday yebenya Torino omuni Kobo na enya Sassuolo ni Pisa womo game na tiba twande ariasa Italian Serie A table no say the city Inter bobo kono 24 points omuna LED AS Roma 24 womo tosumi na fe AS Milan 22 womo tosumi ensa and no Napoli bobo kono womo so 22 points na fe yenya Bologna no atosunum 21 points afe waba benya Juve womo atosusia 19 points ne kromo abana international dia abranta ni dia hakata onoglo ekra 5 goals Ricardo Aslani enso kra 5 goals Zambo Anguissa 4 goals ubenya Brenta de Andrea Panamonti ono enso 4 goals ene adesa Angie Juan Pony wo nyina 4 goals Christian Pulisic nyina enso kra the same thing ano Kobaka kra etotwa awdumade so but one player antina to ne niema ya kama edman ye Nico Pass esansa wo Nico Pass wo ye player mad de ni dinati ababe to da esia no wo ba Premier League Arsenal enso cheso munya Nico Pass wo mu epe sitia no Lilo Taro Martinez nyina no 4 goals atumi sane nyina enso aye kama na okwa Germany eno da tie de ofia no mu kwa way to menso 5 ade say what game no ekwakoya 1-1 abranta de de Hante wo na nya goal edema tie de ofia ansana Da Costa enso ebo atena no edi menso 5 enom aye game etodwa na Osborg boboko no betena fie wo na mbaga LV and edi say no 230 after matches akari nyina 230 na no so atwende yebenya Bayern no me Freiburg na ebo na fie nya Borussia Dortmund wo enso ni Stuttgart ebo Heidenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach and ebo Wolves they say no hema Wolfsburg boboko no wo enso ane Bayern of Leverkusen nanya ya FC Cologne wo me Eintracht Frankfurt edi say ne atena da matches etodwa no ayemienu pe yebenya St. Pauli wo me Union Berlin na fie nya RB Leipzig ko me Werder Bremen and etodwa sisia no adesa Bayern 28 points ne kramo wo mo LED after RB Leipzig tosumi no wo mo 22 points yanya Borussia Dortmund tosumi ensa wo no 21 points after Stuttgart atosu 9 wo mo 21 points after wo ba benya Bayern of Leverkusen wo mo tosunum wo mo 20 points ene Insiano and so a team and it didn't at the Hoffian Hurricane, Equa 13 goals. Abrantani didn't answer at the Tabakovic. One answer Equa SS goes, and then Luisas crosses goes. Abrantani the Jonathan Baggett and Sukra 6. Adia second Wuzan and Sukra 5. And Tim Nanoyan Kolakaka at Tota a German Bundesliga and then a penny Kakaka and so Edia down.
Okay, away from Germany, young Twansway. Now, young fast stories need be emitted for you know show so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM. Now, Mame Phantom when you say after FIFA international break, you know, Uko Spain ayo matches a weekend do Ebaso. Now, the tense Enra El Messiah. Woman came back to Ebaso na Valencia team no. Woman etenafi Eshabaku Emma Levente. Woman entimante. Now, the tense a striker and FN Hugo Duro. And they said only go Edma Valencia and make it difference. Ewo game them. Now, and what you know, and next Saturday about 1:00 p.m. El Estadio Mendizorosa. Your Deportivo Alaves Elfie. Woman and Salta de Vigo and Ebo. And watch FC Barcelona El Spotify company about 3:15 p.m. Woman team from say Athletic Club de Bilbao. Now the tense Barca for no. The last time a game El Spotify company. Now a competitive game no. Mame Phantom say now a 28th May 2023. Now just now 2023 yes. Now just after 2 years, 5 months, 25 days, a combine of 909 days. After an Barca team no. Woman a return at the Spotify company. Now over 2 years I make one seven no. Woman last game almost Mallorca by 3-0 Mallorca team no. Woman anti-Martinti and then Barca a return at the Spotify company. Now Mame Phantom say about 5:30 p.m. El Estadio El Sada El Pamplona. Your El Sasuna team Elfie. Woman and Real Sociedad and Ebo and watch Villarreal El Estadio de Ceramica about 8:00 p.m. Woman bought Mallorca. Yankupaya Dua Ochina Sunday 1:00 p.m. Real Oviedo. Woman Trefi El Estadio Nuevo Carlos Tashiari. Woman and Rayo Vallecano and Ebo and watch Real Betis El Estadio de La Catuja. Woman team from Girona at 3:15 p.m. after Getafe Evertrefi El Estadio Coliseum Alfonso Perez. Woman team from Atletico Madrid at 5:30 p.m. Ochina and a Sangam Ebaso. Now for El Chetino, woman at Trefi El Nitima. Je from Real Madrid Abo at 8:00 p.m. Ochina and a Sangam Ebaso. Now the tense Monday night football Ebaso El Spanish La Liga num. Now Yankupaya Monday about 8:00 p.m. Espanyol El Estadio Conella de Llobregat. Woman about Sevilla. Now Mame Phantom say after match week 12 El La Liga num Real Madrid team no and they kind almost 31 points and watch Barca atosumi no woman out 28 your Villarreal almost tosumi and almost 26 after Atletico Madrid tosumi woman out 25 and after Betis atosu enuma almost out 20 points. Now the tese Pichichi top scorer was Spain Okola Liga numa Real Madrid almost play and friend Kylian Mbappe and they can watch 13 goals and watch Robert Lewandowski and Julian Alvarez woman in access 7 goals your Ita Young and after Vadat Murugi woman so in access 6 goals after Ferran Torres Juan Hernandez Boja Mayora and I say I'm not telling you Boja Iglesias or rather one Vinicius Junior amunyina so woman access 5 goals apiece and I'm not paying anyone Pina and the material for you El show so now away from Spain young Twaso England now they tell us over Premier League after FIFA international break no a match week 12 and Ebaso now uti wo interim sa Richard Kanyame adwa lunchtime at 12:30 p.m. our turf more team from Burnley Elfie woman the Blues of Chelsea and Ebo now game we won sempi Ebaso now they tell us about 3:00 p.m. and the best 5 games Ebaso our Premier League now bottom of Everton El Vitality Stadium woman West Ham United and Ebo and watch Brighton and Hove Albion our American Express Community Stadium woman Brentford Fulham Everton or Craven Cottage woman Sunderland and Ebo and watch Wolverhampton Wanderers about 4 and I said 3:00 p.m. rather woman team from Crystal Palace and Ebo now for Liverpool team no woman at or Anfield now money not Forest game Abaso now many can catch us and Yami Adma and Navi Chelsea team away woman Burnley and Ebo now manager Francis Enzo Maresca one and a box and my team from Chelsea now Maresca Yebusan opening one next 3 games we go away against Burnley we are about Barca now what team from Arsenal now and you be on Chelsea I am ready says 3 games we know move team ball number winning game you take Chelsea one manager Francis Enzo Maresca
just try to continue to play in the way we want to play. As you said, for sure they are big team, but I was also happy with the performance against Bayern Munich, even if I was not happy with the result. But to go there against a team that in the last 5, 6, 7 years they always play semi-final, final, quarter-final, and to go there and play, face to face for moment of the game, we were quite good. So I want just to see the team in that way with the personality and also the belief that we can. I think we should.
Okay, the Blues of Chelsea, my manager fans Enzo Maresca, and our team manager Nkase Okasano. Na utie Maresca ye pa was say young fan to obi anim say ono ever since wobaya adwuma as manager anima Chelsea no. The tense omo big games na Chelsea. Wom anya favorite omatima wene. Na the tense said this is in Champions League no. Wom kwa away against team from say Bayern Munich or Allianz Arena. Na obi anim say Bayern team bon omuni bonemum. Saden e wom say Chelsea elusu ye. Na ompe nemum Chelsea money bono na e was nemum de betima kan e de che obi an say Chelsea abo game a woma we ne omabo game omalusu nti wometima we ne game sanso na ometima lusu game eno e manager fence Enzo Maresca and the sansem atudwa eno achi Liverpool team etnafi wom ene Nottingham Forest enable na manager fence answer to say we a Liverpool supporter ye fa to onim say one manager fence answer title race no enye eno no wo hwe yakọ FIFA international break abai ade ba kwa wo say team from say Liverpool and so consistent. Yente Liverpool manager, je fais Ancelotti.
No, I think I've said many times already that at this moment in time we're not even thinking or talking about it. Actually, we didn't do this last season as well when we were top of the league. It's just about the next game. And I've said many times last season, and I say this season again as well, the best way to judge the league table is after 38 games, but the next best thing, in my opinion, is after 19 games. And let's see where we are then. But at this moment of time, the only focus we have is winning games of football, which it was actually.
Okay, we are Liverpool manager Slot and our tenant can say, and young league table and wash at the Liverpool, and they say almost subsequent matches. They do minimum. One mentioning about 38 games in the year, and a baby a Liverpool team, ebedi and Slot and the Sansam Atuja. Now, they tell us and 5:30 p.m. and pay a Newcastle. Now, the time says Newcastle for no phone, Papa, and yes, you cry, especially say Omobo, I was in James Parker. Unim say the last best says games a teamer. She's from Newcastle United. Womabo in all competition Newcastle United omarene matches nina and then omaning the Sky Blues of Manchester City enable na City boss pioneer first Pep Guardiola ahead of Yami Atuma and then gamer womuko we LC James Park manager no ekasai.
If we continue that squad fit, we'll compete every single game and every single competition. I don't have any doubts about that. Last season, we're not even compete in one competition. So when everybody is right now, and Kovac will be a little bit later, but Rodri come back soon, and everybody can be. Of course, during the process they are injured. We know that, but as much as I feel we can compete in every competition or be solid or try, at least try. So that's for sure.
No, I think I've said many times already that at this moment of time we're not even thinking or talking about it. Actually, we didn't do this last season as well when we were top of the league. It's just about the next game. And I've said...
Okay, the Sky Blues of Man City, omo manager, and our tenant can say Pep Guardiola, Kasa, say the squad and Obia I fitter, one slow Obia, Obetim Obia bo, and no I Pep Guardiola and Sam Kakra, what the two and Nano Penny, Sempina, and the Matthew for El Show no live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na, the testing and Kupoya to my watching a Sunday. Your match is Libya Ebasu Premier League. Now the 10 2:00 p.m. Leeds United Ellen Road, and Aston Villa enable. Now for 4:30 p.m. Emirates Stadium, the Gunners Arsenal, Omutenafi, and the Tottenham Hotspurs enable. Now Mikel Arteta, a manager, Edma Arsenal was saying for 2 p.m. North London Derby, a big game. Now Yamia do a Chankima Ebasu, Omunim say Omu dominating team from Tottenham Hotspurs, especially the team from Arsenal able fear. It is Sam Pepe and Ebeko, Yenti Arsenal, one manager first, Mikel Arteta.
It's just different. I mean, it's a big city, but it's a big rivalry. It's a part of London that we want to conquer. They want to do the same. There's been a lot of shifts as well over the years as well, who's been more dominant. And it's just beautiful, especially when we play at home. In front of our people, we know what it means to them and the energy that they're going to bring, the energy that the team is going to bring in every single action. And it's just a privilege to play those kind of games. So we cannot wait to get to Sunday. We've been very privileged the way that the fans have been with us at the Emirates.
Okay, ɛno ɛyɛ Mikel Arteta Arsenal manager ɛna mo tene kana de tense any opposite number ɛyɛ Tottenham Hotspurs ɔmo manager yɛfɛ sɛ Thomas Frank na Thomas Frank say one ma Tottenham Hotspurs kura no na wonim the important of North London derby nemom de tense nyame adoma na numere game ɛba so na se Nyankopɔ yɛ adoma kina 4:30 game ɛba so Emirates Stadium no ɛwɔ sɛ Tottenham Hotspurs ɔmo yɛ dum betumi bia sɛ de bia ɔmo bɛhyɛ Arsenal way Spurs one manager fɛ sɛ Thomas Frank.
Of course, before I stepped into the club, of course, I knew about the North London derby. But it's when you are in it, you sense it and feel that this is important. You feel from the fans, you feel from the staff members, the players, the people that's been working here for years. This is the big one. I always say the next one is the next game is the most important game, and we'll always have that. But I'm very, very, very aware there's 2 games in a year. That's
okay. And a reaction from North London derby nyame adom china na eba so Emirates Stadium enano pay no jere won sem ematefo nyina show no so na de tense Monday night football eba so Premier League num na de tense Monday 8:00 p.m. Old Trafford Manchester United fie wom an Everton enable na after match week 11 Premier League num no mame fantom nim say the Gunners Arsenal wom an di kan omo 26 points and which the Sky Blues of Man City wom tosumi omo 22 points your Chelsea tosumi ansa wom 20 points Sunderland wom tosuna omo 19 after Tottenham Hotspur tosunum wom 18 after teams somebody this win omo 18 points Tottenham Hotspur Aston Villa Manchester United Liverpool and after Bournemouth wom nyina 18 points in teams weekend we was Selepia asem ebato na the teams our top scoring chart Premier League ni mu no mame fatu nim say Erling Haaland and Edikan war of 14 goals and which I got Thiago I was 8 goals your Danny Welbeck Antoine Semenyo and Jean Philippe Mateta women nyina ashe 6 goals apiece Brian Mbuemo 5 goals Eli Junior Krupi Jadon Anthony Joao Pedro Richarlison Wilson Isidore Eleman Ndiaye Mohamed Salah Nick Votamada and Victor Gyökeres women so nyina ashe 4 goals apiece and on opinion the update MT for nyina show no so
well okay so yeah twas na fair ya in 70 at the Abayakato say ya djuma dey live YouTube and T uko YouTuber na odo comment ni dia baby premier timi akenkan nyina dia ma wa cheche ahodo nyina enso eso na dia tie ne mpato wonim say update efi Bayern Munich akate ade aba on sa branta dia de Luis Diaz ono ana ma Ashraf Hakimi players isi ani kotodwe ho aka Ashraf Hakimi nano da Afcon wo baba he de wa na ne Mexico anka Morocco man pese o me ne kosi akan na bebia ye kwama ade mo ma niema enkoye fama na reporter men saka yes disciplinary committee ne kwatena se no wo mo chasa 3 matches ban ano me dia ma branta dia de Luis Diaz akato se oba UEFA Champions League na record bia ya 1 match ban na so mo kwatena se na so mo he se ade na we na ya ade atase ade how bia ana se so ana atase disciplinary committee ne bia ka ho enso dia ma reporter eba yes branta 3 matches ban no be me se enti against us and against Sporting CP and against St. Gallen and now there's our branta no ebesia kan edema Bayern Munich boboko no eno ye reporter ya sakam e woduma de so na no pay ye keche kakra edi ama wa hyehyɛ wodo so na Hurricane eno da me baba ka to so yes ba so da for eta se omo hia goalkeeper ana se omo hia striker or prolific striker enya fi na omo ba betete striker bia omo hia already made material sinti omo hia di na branta ne de Hurricane na ye afa ni bo no kware 65 million euros enya ebo bia ta se was release cross no mutimi activate to me se de ma ebekɔ ye dia mama na anopai ni kodi nkoma kakra enso Bayern Munich kakata ya sa branta de se ni focus pa no Bayern Munich ana fe na ni die pa na impo se Bayern Munich bato branta na wo men be sign new contract and say contract sense no munya ye na fe we ye team na ba be pa branta na wa ye wa adwen se ene sika se no bibia be rise so atimi akoso beta branta na pa de was the focus pa this season Bayern Munich bobo kona no ana pese water no bo Bayern maniama kama edemo ma no ye reporter efi Hurricane akate eba wodwumadi so na yesa nya de so de club bi empo edi nkobati se ya kase se Barcelona se any other club nya de so ma reach out to Abrante no eni na di nkoba nkasa entaya no head so edi mame na promise na eno ada wodi Manchester United o mo game o ni Everton eba bebo no nkoba kakra ano cho so Everton for kwa no wo mo anya lucky kra se Everton for ye lucky pa nka kwabena what is Benjamin Sesko empra on Everton for and come wie esa as a game plan ya ba baako pɛ ɛna nso bɛte Benjamin Sesko ahebotom ɛna game no betumi awene ɛsɛ sɛ Benjamin Sesko sɛ ogyina Manchester United game a wɔne Manchester bɔ ɛyɛ fo pa ɛsɛ sɛ Manchester bɛbɔ ɛyɛ one plan pɛ omini plan bi abiem na mmom sɛ Benjamin Sesko pra na Manchester United ɔmo bɔ abranta de de Matthias Cunha anaasɛ ɔmo bɔ Brandon Mbeumo anaasɛ the other any other player bɛka ho a ɛyɛ na Manchester United bɔ ɔba ne timi sisa Manchester etimi bɔ game no Chania wɔmo pɛ bia Benjamin Sesko wɔmo dia game plan no baako pɛ no ane top na ɛsoro ha wonya yiso ho film pɛpɛpɛ ɛne na tese case done ɛno ayɛ report and part of promotion ɛso ɛde Twitter na saa na asɛm no ɔka no ɛnɛ the only plan of Manchester United ɛwɔ ɛyɛ bɛyɛ miɛnsa ada sɛ ɔmbɛba the partnership a ɛno ɛyɛ Matthias Cunha afesasi ana Brandon Mbeumo anaso ɔmbɛbɔ Mason Mount no ɔmbɛbɔ Matthias Cunha no ɔmbɛbɔ Brandon Mbeumo anaso ɔmbɛbɔ Mbeumo sexy ɛyɛ Mason Mount ti atward Manchester United plan on person ɔmo so no ɛyi so ɛno yɛ nkɔba kakra every Manchester kate ɛde ɛba na yɛso kɔ Spain a wɔpanya ne din ɛde Miguel Angel Gallen wɔno ana yɛse ɔmo wɔ association bi ɛwɔ Spain hɔ yɛfrɛ mo ɛyɛ the transparency na kwabra saa nkrɔfoɔ wɔ no panyin pa wɔda no paa no ɛyɛ panya ne din ɛde Miguel ana ɔkyɛ sɛ wɔde ɔpanya ne din Javier Tebas akɔ court na wɔde wɔno ɛkɔ court na yɛ court of arbitration for ɛyɛ sports na wɔde ɔpanyin no ɛnso kɔɛ sɛ nano da wɔkɔ akɔyi nkrata a ɛyɛ Barcelona sikasɛm ɛde ɔba bɛto abɔnten ama kyɛ sɛ Atletico Madrid foɔ agyina so anasɛ Athletic Club Bilbao foɔ agyina so ama ɔmanto abranta ne din ɛde mpatɔ ade sɛ Nico William amfana ma Barcelona na ɛyɛ wrong sadeɛ no ɛni kwan sɛ na nkɔpanyin ɔno ɛyɛ president anaso ɛyɛ chairman ɛde ma league no ɛnso yɛ sadeɛ nti ɛne wɔde akɔ akɔtan ɛyɛ court of arbitration sɛ wɔn mu hɛ nom nka bi ɛmfam ɔmo reporter me nsa kaɛ sɛ ɛkɔba sɛ ɛkɔba Javier Tebas a kwabena obetumi reprimand no anasɛ n'adwuma na nka so obetumi resign ɛnso de afiri so na test La Liga ɛne wo pɛ chairman a anaso ɔmo president ɛnkɔ akɔyɛ Javier Tebas biem ɛne yɛn nkɔba kakra so ɛtotwa ɛwɔ dwumadi so ɛna anɔpɛ mede update kakra ɛnso ɛde ɛdan bɔ na Scott McTominay ne gua na no da ɔmo ne Denmark boy a wɔno nso ɛbɔ bicycle kick ɛde bɔ to atam yɛse bicycle kick a yɛbɔ na asase so no deɛ ɛwɔ wiem power player bi ɛbɔ hɛ ɛde Scott McTominay ɛnso ɛbɔ yɛ no yɛso wo calculate the meters a ɛno yɛ 2.53 meters wɔno ne deɛ no na ɛwɔ so paa player baako ɔno nso ɛde hɔ ayɛ branta de din ɛde Paulo Nwento na Paulo Nwento die sei no ɛyɛ 2.41 meters ana Cristiano Ronaldo mbɛkɛ a time ɔkɔ Juve no ɔkɔbɔ bicycle kick bi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛno yɛ 2.38 meters kwabena yɛse sam ɛyɛ bicycle kick a yɛbɔ na asase so no Scott McTominay mu player na mu kya no ɛma no kɔ wɔno ne deɛ ana tɛ sɛ ɛwɔ so yɛ paa ɛno yɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so na metete biribi from Manchester United yɛse Ruben Amorim ɛne Manchester for yɛ ɔma adwene sɛ wɔn African players a wɔn mu ba bɛgye ɔmo ama ɔmo akɔ ɛyɛ ɔmo ya pa na anka ɔmpɛ sɛ wɔn ne Cameroon Morocco ɛman ne di nkɔmɔ na afɛ Ivory Coast di nkɔmɔ na anka abrante a ne din ɛde Brandon Mbeumo ɛgya te kɛseɛ ana agya Amantero ana afɛ abrante ne din nso ɛde Nazawi kwabena mo pɛ sɛ anka mo ne mpanyinfoɔ ka ɛyɛ obiara country ɛka na anka tam anka ɛsɛ ɔmo ɛsɛ ɛde baba ka na so wɔn nso kɔ wɔn na set team no anso on the 8th ana yɛsɛ obi akɔ on the 8th of December na team bia wagya wo player ɔkɔkɔsi akan de ama na man no wagya na man nso ɛkɔ ɔdam kɔ deɛ yɛsɛ Ruben Amorim aka Manchester for sɛ ɔmo ne mpanyinfoɔ ka sɛnea mo yɛ na no da AFCON ɛwɔ Ivory Coast mo yɛ de ma yɛ kan sɛ Andrew Onana no anka the same to Onana kɔyɛ saa deɛ ne pɛm ano man pɛ na asɛm da ɛwɔ ne kurom hɔ yɛsɛ ma ka sɛ ɛyɛ bi ɛde ama ɛyɛ yɛ kan sɛ na zo awi mo ana ɛyɛ Brandon Mbeumo na afɛ Amad Diallo na yɛsɛ Manchester sɛ anka ɔmbɛsra anka ɔmo nya ne bɛyɛ on the 20th wɔ kora anka ɔmo pɛ mmom ahwe ya na anka akɔyɛ sɛnti no anka on the 15th of December ana anka mmerante no wɔn nkonkodu nti sɛ mo ne Cameroon foɔ ka na ɔmbɛte asɛ deɛ kwabena mo players no wɔn bɛkɔ on the 15th de sansa on the 20th ana tɛ sɛ ɛyɛ kick off for the AFCON nti ɛne yɛ reporter ɛtɔtwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna anɔpɛ no ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna anɔpɛ yɛde kakra ɛde ɛda na mamemfa Enzo Maresca nsa asɛ na de ntoa so na kwabena Enzo Maresca si yɛn kama obi antɛ sɛ saa deɛ mprenu no sɛbe mpefo obebi sɛ kwasi ahwe a yɛntia so mprenu kwabena wotia so mprenu na ɛkɔ mpremiansa pɛ na tɛ sɛ w'ani da ho na wɔyɛ wade sɛ ntɔkwa no wode bɛdi agorɔ Now, whatever has happened here, what is it now? That in the month of October, your potential baby by Chelsea 12:30. Now, with the January 4 for Forest, Amoma can be a swan. Yankasa, Yakobo, when so buyer. Must yes, and Bally phone Concobo, no, see there be at the Bracam. Yamian, yes, yes, you teach one Casa to one who can't be a big travel on Yasam go to a great governor with the Pays Wakasem, Manan Tosumiansa, or catch a bay for Aliki comes Abrofono. In fact, I those who are Chelsea, yeah, this now you know me, I had on Penisa, and the other reporter or paying a tutor out media so. Now, all you know what I say, Sako Pama Piano, what's what I do? I cover 12. Oh, also, who's there? In the foreign game. When you tell the team doctors, 11 p.m. there, many Mirada, na Amania, and also Babako. Oh, Fia, Wako Pro, and no besides a wine, and no musical pomo said, we are Jesus Christ. What's what I did besides? And dear Nancy, no, say, what's it, Copamo, Copra. Now, all kinds of jobs, hey, will pay us. Oh, and now grown a medio, Sabapa Namecano, and I do 12 Pepe, 11, Elcobo 12 now, a domo or friend, what's it? In fact, Kopama at the end of the idea, Chelsea had near partner. Kopama almost Obaboni almost Chelsea, no, and Winchimono, Yentino, and so at the 2 a game.
Okay, young to us now, your first stories in the MT for you know, show us now. They tell say Kopama they are semi because you game against Barcelona. Now you GDA pass Osenga. Kopama are available since I game no. Where be show be our super say one shot black game right to Chroma say no. A free one sir, Juma Crano here. Wouldn't me maybe a Tinyami Aduma game the day. Kopama and will be name ever so. Now Yaka Enzo Maresca wants him on Sandra and Enzo Maresca ever can say Kopama. It won't say game on team will be the name of Chelsea. Am I already said game on my board at the team? She from FC Barcelona. Now, according to Chelsea manager, no, was it over Chelsea? Kopama actually said they walk on Man City. Now, a more player, your friend said Ellen Haaland. Now, walk on Liverpool. Now, a more Abrante, your friend said Mohamed Salah. And to Kopama, an important player. Eddie Matima, your from said Chelsea. Now, was it Adeba Konanianche and say, and from said the last best 11 games at Tima. Your from said Chelsea. Abrante, your friend said Kopama. Been unim say Chelsea I mean makumaku 8 the last 11 games Edma Chelsea I'm not telling for Kopama MOB Chelsea I win 8 Chelsea without Kopama boys no aye juma manager no say nania Japan say boys no adapt quickly now omoya juma come adema team from say Chelsea and no aye kakra Enzo Maresca what up to Janano Pioneer they want them MT for you know show no so now Chelsea for the day now omo plans and they say I'm not telling for say Kopama nyame aduma and every game ever so no and Kopama emo full 90 minutes ebi second half omo de bebam na wabe gani energy kakra nyame adwan ka Tuesday wo me starting against Tima je from say FC Barcelona nemom am koba ne sa Kopama asa kopra na ye se Chelsea for ayo madwe say nyame adwan Tuesday before kickoff we will the main entrance Stamford Bridge wo me say nka omo ye ade a je fe say ice sculpture edema abrantia je fe say Kopama nti Richard hwe and that's no enti ask Chantin kabasa phone beduru no na esiwo cold na uni and this agunbo ye ka kire se be awura no eche Antarctica enyiru enti also hwe hu ye enti we enoma Chelsea for edigu akwam senka ombe edema Kopama na mdia we come no edema tima ye from say Chelsea na no pay no jere won some MT for you na show no so na away from Chelsea yenko team from Real Madrid na ukon Madrid as say Abrantia je fais Vinicius Junior man for GDA pass away important player enti e was a contract no more renew na on say ukospina na ebi mu giri say sound fallout Abrantia fan say Vinicius Junior and the manager fan say Jabi Alonso ekonya and Anshanka Madefo no wo me gem am Abrantia fan say Vinicius Junior akọ nem another player reporter me say ka from Spain and say Vinicius Junior and Comodia ekos between one team from Real Madrid no akọ cheaper engine no contract renewal ebeya juma edema Abrantia fan say Vinicius Junior na Madefo e consider say we important player enti also contract mo renew edema no eno Vinicius Junior kakra e free na so eba na already medical catch say ene na Barca phone return e the Spotify company na on say my catch say after 2 years 5 months 25 days Wakabuma 909 days. Afe and a Bansa returning at your Spotify company. Now unim say current Bansa omu place kuto mu say no. Your place ni bua omu mobo el computer. Baku e goalkeeper first Juan Garcia and wachi Pau Kubasi, Fermin Lopez, Danny Omo, Gerard Martin, Mark Casado, Mark Bernard, and Rooney Baji. Woman and the omitima make your debut. Company Edematima. Je from Sebanse and Anopino. Jere was some Telephone El Shonoso. Na Robert Lewandowski when he bob pa. Na Enyabon Quagonus on him share. Na was I headmaster. Born in Fabiama. Honorable say Robert Lewandowski, a quality player. Born when he bought. Now only say ever since Lewandowski every by Munchin. About Tima, you're from Sebastiano. Jamie second say was 108 goals. Edematima. Je from Sebasa. Now they tell say I cut 12 goals. Na Barca top 10 all-time best players, and as a player, almost more goals. Edematima, you're from Barca. Now the meme second say Barca legend defense Hristo Stoichkov was 110 goals. Not just a cut 2 goals per. Now watch Hristo Stoichkov and watch Joseph Escola. One also as 120 and the Enche Obachano. Now the say your Carlos Rechak, Patrick Kluivert, woman so as 122. Afe Mariano Martin, 129. Rivaldo Samuel Eto'o, 113. Robert Lewandowski, MC Ho, and then the 113. Say what Timothy Rivaldo, Eto'o Samuel Eto'o dia. MC Barca legend in Omode. Around defense Robert Lewandowski ever come one. And I no pay ne don't say pina. And my telephone na el show so. Na yeka Robert Lewandowski and unsemno. On say Robert Lewandowski every by Munchin eba no. Na Barca manager Xavi Hernandez. Na yese Barca. Dintia amupame Xavi Hernandez and say Robert Lewandowski and in penifon ekodin komo. Esan say tema ono banu janana super okay 2020. Nka yeto Ballon d'Or abatona and Cablante first Robert Lewandowski. One enka ebaje edesini na so esan say 2020 team from say Bayern Munchen. One aje trouble e Europe and what you know Robert Lewandowski as a more goals na ne money bo aso nipa etina okuta winning mentality na yese oba Barca or Xavi Diaz dabi na manager beni manager yese ne kwadress him anya hwe dabi Barca anyoma de sa eti woni panifon ekodin kuma ne panifon gitum say em say omoni player e adwen eno aka wo bi na Barca for no wo mugya ema mo manager ye friend say Xavi Hernandez ekoye ena revelation aba na no pay no jere won sam ema tiefo nyina el show no so na oba Premier League ma me kapa em say 3 days ago Gabi Tunam eba ye normal ka el Premier League nom na ena no pay report me say kan say Premier League for no andra omukọ asetena na clubs ni na akoto aba agiatum sa akwagiatum say new financial rules mo person mo de ba no say clubs ni na akwagi atom na the thing say omo replace ade first say profitability and sustainability rule and first say PSR no we replace no na replacement a squad cost ratio and what is sustainability systematic and say systemic resilience measures and after omodiaba na the me say kasinyame adma from 2026-2027 season and as some measures ni na chance ayadwuma na the test the Premier League for akweza and say your clubs ni go on say wo mutimi aton mo asset na omodia balance omo books and na Premier League for the pass omonyom no masa enti omayi ade afri ho and no kakra afri ho be na no pay na de wonsem e ma telefone na e show no so okuma Manchester United okay Alessandro Martinez opera ya che the me say kasinyame ya aduma Manchester United game omobo Monday e de team from say Everton no Alessandro Martinez available na Andro currently Alessandro Martinez when the manager for say Ruben Amorim edin komo na enkomodi e course no unim say player no e ka che manager say afedie wono kasa ehwe ni mpoma ne hoye go betima bonyame ya aduma Monday game eba so no eno Alessandro Martinez na Manchester United nyame ya aduma na sama two players e was omotomo bako Carlos anasa Abrante for say Casemiro woni Abrante for say Jadon Sancho woman nyina na Manchester United for say won betomo na dentia Manchester United etomo say United for say also omo service car na omo service £31 million. And wages are 2 players in Omoje. A team Manchester United for GD pass it was a scan almost heavy to £31 million. Omobaton Arantia, your first Casemiro, and Jedi Sancho Namakisano, Eddie Go Omobato Magway, Wasina Edima Tima, you're from Crystal Palace. Now Obeka Samamuno Ekadje and Kaokotima from Liverpool. Name the attention and Noma Anshan Kwe. Amasa Dino AFL. Now the meme seconds Liverpool for the GD pass still. It was a Arantia first Magway, Womotono. It's not saying Yamia Tuma next summer. Arantia first Virgil van Dijk, Obenya 35 years. Wonyini and watch Ibrahima Konate still on a contract Wednesday. And he also open a replacement. And no and Liverpool for the GD pass Magway, one and so. It was a Omotono and Anopino. Jere was some MT for you El Shorosana Arantia. Jefferson Romeo Lavia Okopra. Jetesa Angel Maraska say Yamia Duma. Boy no rehabilitation at Ebasono. Woman come on the first 1 month. Into 1 month no. Omode share and just 1 month over return you 1 month no omode share into 1 month no echino na omashe say Abrante fence Romeo Lavia why come say obetima obo enema Chelsea na ando omudi nkomo boy na also nyanto wase ema ne body na bibia kama edema na Richard de ten say ene historic day is say ene onim say ene asamonya birthday
oh asamonya
then when you're 40 years
the baby jet striker papa
na ne record ba go di match rough
yeah.
We say all-time top scorer, Edma Black Stars, were the first player in the history of football. Our share goes in 9 consecutive international tournaments.
Wow. As a modern or a big
on your small players.
Yeah. The baby jet.
On your small player.
The baby jet on your small player. The happy birthday. Nyamin Shano. Na Uncle Suama na Modeng. Na ononso whatever eye nimdibia unyai ebra obo no obetimi dibia aboan titiru ene yem Black Stars no enti Andy Costa and the Gabon can be the foreigner at this point ma kwetimo obetimi akọ so mkope bibini na yemto so our Nhyira 104.5 where the weekend edition 3 solid hours agudem nsam kwa bra YouTube TV na fa a message, Abraham Akato said, club football is back. Now, had a help of air club football because it drew say I was a proper preview, backed with facts, data. So numbers in Bibia, actuals in Bibia. Okay, so inti, I know better inform me on that. Who could travel better? Also said you will see. Aye on Yamantibra YouTube in Shot TV. Na a message no bra 50 man for as usual or said the man we are na Bismarck owusu bempa ayala enso abeto so na fe ye wie amanen nkomo na abefie abedi Black Stars nkomo kakra then the Ghana Premier League Monday 11 games and also a preview kama atimi edi amamo 50 Manfred Kofi Mayeska. Good morning Kofi na I want to say anopay Gabi mu stories ombeye baby I hate me pa ye me Manchester United that you say ombeso mu delay Mazraoui Mbeumo ni Ahmad so me joining our respective air countries everyone mo kobo AFCON no. Good morning
Richard.
Patron I want to say
Nyamia Daroma oyepa
Nyamia se me yama sheme kakra.
Okay.
It seems like me Manchester United no. You should have any solution. In fact, to put it in a proper perspective, no. It seems as any plan. Bia say you lose Mazraoui, Mbeumo, and then Amada. You need to be solve the situation, no. Because they knew say AFCON over. Our countries are qualifying to head on bako. This is what na wana di any benwe na fe na also ne countries ne koka yen delay omo instead of on the 18th ne mo on the 15th ne ade a me yema so me kakra. It seems as a empenifo no ya gia to say look you need plans and plans na yen it will affect the team. A branch our players will be few no. Yema sheme kakra. Yema sheme pa.
Still at the hell.
Or na the omuki kenken dem so mama me machine kakra
omo ko a shesko ama do ko a dogu any problem I am Manchester near kan wase no kofi brand near kan wase no nti e ma no show
to be honest with you me almost shock me kakra
na se ma jari ko a
you guys
Leandro Martinez abey sure Maguire born rich. But of course, they are important. So the club is just saying that if they can delay it for a week, now Bebana, Afrin and Baben, Nan Ivory Coast,
you see,
which will be actually interesting.
Be Unana,
yeah,
Obeka Unana, dear. Emma at a point, Cameroon for no Nana be now problem.
Which, but
as an Enya brand,
about interest until Africa begins to continue to play our flagship tournament to compete with the clubs, which can we?
So, are you saying, say,
yeah,
Nka CAF and AFCON dating?
Oh, yes, I've heard arguments about climate and Sanya man and Sanya to say yeah, say do June July a huge rainy time, so that makes a lot of sense. But I think we need to find a way around it because we are trying. All those AFCONs, I think we played it along those lines. They are trying, but it has not really worked. But still, it means that we will have to fight them. January, it's all to play Anika day in day out. Understand the nationalistic conversation, but also to play Anika. So also the 1 week channel, 1 week a career. Oh, but don't call it this year. And enough for the clubs, honestly. Which means a Sunderland, almost 12 players.
Wow,
12.
How do you deal with such situation?
And I'm who date and coincidental and also there 12 players who will go to the AFCON. Yeah, they are like you need.
And now, and Kofi Baby, I may know I are doing here. And now the bedroom maybe clubs which is a Liverpool, and I do maybe on person but
they'll be very careful in buying African players. Unless or talent needed.
Time I will hear no partner is over AFCON. Unless they be on the country and qualify. So qualifying quite there is Ujano.
Some way. Although once in 2 years now. We see we need to find a way, and that's why the two parties always have to sit down and talk. And I like the fact that Manchester United is not imposing that on Cameroon and I say Ivory Coast. They are respecting the federation to say that you need to from Bremo at this point play and a Momo player
because it's all releasing on the 8th.
Exactly.
But on the 15th.
Say play and it's my 1 week or the almost last match. There was a time where some of the teams during AFCON qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, they hire private jet to fly their important players. We can fly him in and out. Okay. There were times where Salah Obama Egypt. Oh boy, now there's a private jet because it's important. It is then we will have to do.
But many Patrice Muchepe didn't come on.
Well, friend,
according and you show now the first I call my friend here Amorim.
So on your day.
Many never catch and I'm catching say I'll call Muchepe
for him.
Now catch and say even come on say when I year in your mama. I'm probably
oh Ghana Ghana be at
who's ye a dark who's a dark extra what you moving over situation I think
Mr. Sunderland 12.
Yeah, share a way to function.
Luckily, Chelsea doesn't even have one player that will be going for the AFCON.
Oh, sir. We need player.
You only have African player, not combined. Nicolas Jackson pen and African player.
Oh, okay.
You need back to cry. You full set now.
Okay.
Senior man that the money are there.
Kofi, before I go there, preview near the no.
And then Saturday to the rich me should ever to phone a crack.
So where there me question me na me bisa. I say came out there.
Because the next Saturday you be able.
Oh, yeah, sir. Kopama situation, your man games are mobile.
Yeah, sure.
Area.
What is story now, Maresca? Maresca say how much 11-12. Odawana Unya call from Chelsea team doctor. How much 12-11 the team doctor nya from there as a nya papa. He does say obi ne reko. And na say police achieve. And now of our corner team doctor say Kopama friends CA and the two the Kopama almost recovered. And like Babini and they were saying the plan was to ease in slowly. which of a corner team doctor say Kopa my friend sa and remain 11-12 no say osore kokodun so e na osore ko rich ni nan kokoduwaro abo baby esuniti ho na epra ti ho ahu iti ka game na say ko boro Barcelona match or subsequently Arsenal omunye show no so tin eri nche no say na dey bisa ni sa ade no so Kopa ma say prebi it in the way Enzo Mares can manage in a press conference now. Who's a journalist want to try some baby son say Kopa and it was the same conversation we were having yesterday. Who's a make say Chelsea are not getting credit because they are playing well without their marksman. You know, besides, I'm some team neighbor.
Without him.
And one of the indicator on say Kopa for us is like Haaland to Man City, Salah to Liverpool. You mention another player. Say important. Now on you say Kopa or Park this one. The teammates want to come because they know that they have somebody who can turn the game around. But for him, he is very proud of the players to the extent say Kopa and but they still delivered. When I saw, I think I also saw the tweets, you know, the extended. Usually there are above videos out on air, short for media. Usually, our Chelsea website, they bring the full transcripts. Because kind of full transcripts, that's when I realized that he said all of these things in addition to it. And I said, Maresca is intelligent. Because which one should, you make the players able to feel like Kopa and you. So you are telling us that, we are not good enough. If you also don't take care, you make Kopa feel like, although he is an important player for Chelsea, okay. Especially when Esteban was come. And Esteban, if you don't take care, you begin because rich, when somebody is a leader or a boss in any institution, there is a need to accord them that, especially because if they want you around to get them there, which Kopa may be where Chelsea, Esteban on mine. So we can always say Esteban is good, but give Kopa the credit as the number one. And I like how Enzo Maresca is managing it now. Which means shows a mind games. I think he won't play.
Okay.
But it is good for him. In that extended transcript, which Chelsea provided a specialized booth. And it was reported extensively by Mark Law yesterday on the Telegraph. Specialized booth for Kopa. Who said Pubagiano, the pubic area, groin area injuries. No? What notice here? I think when Master Antonio went down, it was the pubic area injury. Lamin Yamal, Kopa. I think about even what's his name? Athletic Bilbao, Ghanaian, Nico Williams. Same. It was also a pubic area stress on the groin area. It has a recurring. Chelsea realized right after the issue of Munya said, "You mean Maresca kind is okay, and the Kopa can protect him more." Because the team doesn't need him, especially against Burnley, to go and find ways to win that Burnley match. You don't need Burnley. Chelsea should be able to beat Burnley without Kopa. So let's protect him. 2 months this weekend on, next weekend against Arsenal. That is a game that I would have loved for Kopa to play. But the game, it looks as if he's not going to play. You protect him. With a protective match, you protect him with a protective boot, then you manage him. Okay. That is very important. Which between Pedri and Messi for Barcelona, because I remember Cacho say Hansi Flick said he doesn't move. For sure, if Pedri will be fit for Chelsea, any Kopa Messi for Chelsea, when they behind the power, Preston they buy all your products that you go through your preparation before I come now. Preston say how Mobasa for watching say behind just for. If Pedri misses the game. He says, they depend on Pedri. Yeah. But it looks as if Chelsea are doing well even without Cole. It's a Pedri and one against Chelsea. He forced them to say, Matisse Frankie Young credit red card in the match and Omobi. Me Bumpire say, Frankie Young credit some pre training. Now can Pedri need Frankie, you know. Obi Ayamutu. Omo fa kasa no ni match be na be. Omo ni ye la match.
And then come catch Barca for some more.
Omo for fit match.
Omo for fit. And flee.
Barca without Pedri ebe serious which and then I expect that Chelsea wins against Burnley.
Okay, I tell more.
I expect that they win. A 12:30 game. Time I made ban. I say only Gabi ni and Demoka say 12:30 and Gabi was saying the good thing is that your record when early kick off after international break on good. Now Chelsea's record kicking off at 12:30 on Saturday in Premier League. Reach December 2023, she Luton 3-2. January 2024, she Fulham 1-0. September 2024, West Ham 3-0. November 2024, Leicester 2-1. April 2025, Everton 1-0. August 2025, Fulham 2-0. October 2025, Nottingham Forest 3-0.
Wow. And they have a complaining because I mean the Premier League for now, you know. Who problem be home? But you are playing more but
this is your mommy. When I got the catch on.
I agree, but it be at you. I think some Kenya Champions League now maybe or perhaps come on early kickoff.
Yeah, early kickoff. Yeah.
It be a FNU so say look. Chelsea a crucial game.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
On Tuesday,
which makes a lot of sense.
And rest
and then focus.
You know the reason why I'm more complaining. And now, Obo 2 o'clock, Obo you need now.
Well, coach, I guess be a manager. Coach, be a
one casa. You say from Abidjan, and I'm about Red Card FC. At the point where you be now Kupama FC. They say complaints FC at day. Team back.
Yes, you are more early kickoff too much. When is that coming? Early kickoff back on the I expect that Chelsea play against Burnley and gets the win. They've given the updates on the injury situation. What I like very much, and it's a rich Benoit Bedashile is back. Why do I say this? Chelsea will manage to get a natural left-footed centre back or left side on them and play whoever they want at the right hand side. I'm suspecting say Ebeya Bante friend Wesley Fofana. Burnley Fofana are stubborn. Me expect to say we feel to be very aggressive in a 4-4-2 compact low block without just before second international break, you know, almost drop a form kakra, which affected them in their last 2 games. I'm expecting some of them very tough for them because an English manager is Scott Parker, but everybody's back. Moises Caicedo, Maresca Soba be drew late, but I still think he will start ahead of Reece James or say Malo Gusto. Very important for the tactical shifts. I do agree. Pedro Neto will start again. Alejandro Garnacho, Kukurea. I expect, say, at the back, Chelsea will go for a much more natural left-footed centre back because he would want that against him, a friend in Barcelona, a team that presses very well. Joao Pedro and your branch friend in Leon Delap, I think it's a Chelsea win. Which, at home, Liverpool have to wait for Nottingham Forest. What's your man in this Sadio Mane in Rio Ferdinand interview?
No.
Hey.
What was today?
Sadio Mane said, the former teammate, Virgil van Dijk, in the ranking of top centre backs in the Premier League, you know, Rio Ferdinand is better than him. There are a lot of people who are saying that.
Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand. Former Manchester
United. Yeah. Exactly. And why? Virgil van
Dijk, yeah. In the top 2, he didn't mention it.
Wambo Van Dijk.
In terms of the best centre backs, no, the first person he went for was Rio and Vidic. I'm even surprised because he didn't mention John Terry.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
know. Say me, where the me and me coming me. I mean, enya DB be kase. Quite of fast free Liverpool in dinner.
But and also
all of a sudden has all hate to be.
What's the problem you?
Sir.
Yeah, he spoke extensively about Mohamed Salah. Or say no cre. It will maybe an person shit. Salah super shit. Now, I didn't know was a branch friend of Bobby Firmino.
Okay.
Also, Bobby Firmino, he was the salt to balance both of them. Bobby who said, Bobby, he works for the 2 attackers. Bobby Bayer, Jumana Pressy. He mentioned that there was a game that they played against Burnley. And then he got full because that's Salah on passing. After the game, he scored, Salah did not score. No more call back into the training ground. Salah ban one the chain. Salah slow so be banning chain because Salah in the over fan. Now Salah ban okay. Oh, me problem. woman who's a crown per goal scorer, highest top scorer na the other. So pa, meet me and wow with assist. And then your friend and he says, hey money, who pay to be the top scorer? I say, I like it, but I realized that he wanted it more.
Okay.
So I can support him to be that. It was an exciting conversation that he spoke about Football Club Liverpool, and he didn't mention Rich when he went. There were no issues. Mohamed Salah, about birthdays. It's just because he wanted to challenge himself. Now the real argument is whether or not that's true, or he wants to be diplomatic. We will never know because unless Ukushia Sadio Mane no catch us a person. Rich, Nottingham Forest for new manager in Sean Dyche going away to the Anfielder. Hubegitike has been speaking about a lot of things about club, no? Which Mohamed Salah ebe making his 300 Premier League appearance for Liverpool this weekend. The fifth player to reach such a feat of honor for Mohamed Salah. Absolutely a legend for Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool are expecting that they will have Alexander Isak back, they will have Alisson Becker, a leader at the back also for them. It's a game that's rich. I don't have any doubt in my mind. Say Liverpool against Team Friend in Nottingham Forest. Now, Rich, and how a very, very important game that he's going to play against Manchester City. Now, who should Italy know we matching me?
Yeah, I won.
Rich, Erling Haaland is something. Now, I could tell that his club teammate goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, who says, who will be now after you're on opposite sides. Now,
Abraham are prolific.
Yes. And maybe
this time, only one team.
No, the other side.
The other side. Now, Ubeshiano.
Yes, Brian Cristantemo, any Giovanni, what's his name, Mancini. They were trying to rile up a friend, Erling Haaland. Goalkeeper, what's his name, Gianluigi Donnarumma. I call the center back so catches a mass of Munyai. Calm them down. Wait and check. That's when Haaland started to score those goals for them. Today, they are reuniting for Man City to play against Tima, your friend in Newcastle United. I have not read the transcript. Is this thing true from Pep Guardiola? If it is true, people should be very careful. You see, the real season starts now.
I think so. Is it the team Nafena as a take shape?
Yeah, or see as a
pikiba.
You best start saying you are
online juice kakra be and you are now person now available.
Yeah. According to Pep, no say you are international break you buy a break you buy or see season half in starting. See the real season starts.
But the record against Newcastle is saying Pep.
It is not the best.
Okay.
But Rich, even Newcastle themselves this season, they are struggling kakra. Because over on the Premier League match table, when you compare the two from Man City and then them, match day 5, match day 7, Man City that fit with 13 points. Oh, Arsenal. Match day 11, City have closed in, but it's still 4 points. That's what I want to keep an attention on. Now Arsenal lead with 3 points at match day 7. This time Arsenal have opened on the points, although City have downward. So in as much as City will think that yes, the season starts now, it is also hugely dependent on Arsenal's performances that they put up LFE. And this is the full thing. I'll say the truth is a team as strong as Arsenal, I have a feeling they will not drop points. And this is exactly what I'm saying. So if they go further ahead, it will be impossible to catch. I agree. Arsenal are an impeccable team. If they manage to take some distance in the points, it will be difficult to catch them. Just like how Liverpool went with it. At the same time, it is November. The aim is to be there in March, April. We are setting to move. So we are the team very good. Mo quite be a bad. But in November, say Jiguria was Jubu. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to play. Oshe, like you were saying, teams are normally the most injuries this season. Man City 16 of those injuries, and the highest of that. Tottenham Hotspur same. Chelsea comes up and then now, which almost every time in the last few years that Manchester City have gone away to play L10 side when they play against Newcastle United, they get success. Just before the international break, the player who was excelling so much was our branch friend Jeremy Doku on the side wing on him with Erling Haaland, Ryan Cherki, Tijani Hernandez, Nico Gonzalez. I promise as Man City fan that I'll say this. I think I was one of the most critical persons on Abetefo Nico Gonzalez when he joined last January. But Rich, I think that today he has improved so much. Or maybe because he has improved, maybe because he has settled down in the team. Maybe I know that's good, but he has settled down in the team so much. He's playing very well. The last time out against team game on boy, it was so important, and now it has given the opportunity for Abente friend Tijani to do the box-to-box job, and of course Abente friend Phil Foden to roam and then create. Of course, at the back we're expecting to have Nico Riali our left back column, Josco Guardiol, Ruben Dias, and Abente friend Matthias News, of course Gianluigi Donnarumma. And one thing that's very important is that Rich, we should have Man City fullbacks now. They have one fullback that can play as a natural fullback. And you have one fullback that can play very physical. They are playing in games like this against Team friend Newcastle United. And Matthias News and Nico Riali are perfect for a game against Team friend Newcastle United. Which is a game for me a go. Both teams to score. Okay. And on Sunday, Arsenal are playing against Team friend Tottenham Hotspur in the North London derby. Arsenal's home PL form against Team friend Tottenham Hotspur. They have been solid. Of course, the last one out now, and I'm going to drop a point to home against my friend Tottenham Hotspur. When they play against them, they've done what? Unbeaten run, away run for team friend Newcastle. Well, Tottenham Hotspur, who say Tottenham Hotspur do well when they play away from home than when they play at home.
This is it.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, but away from home, doing a very good run. Only winning 2-0 against Man City, 3-0 against West Ham, 2-2 against Brighton, 2-1 against Leeds, 3-0 against Everton. The next one, Mikel Arteta's side, when they're going to play against them. I think it's going to be serious defensive conversation. Match, we set piece goal better. One of them, or both of them will score from a set play. Because both managers are hugely intense when it comes to set plays. Thomas Frank is known for that. Mikel Arteta same. And not so good news with our branch friend Gabriel Magalhaes, who is out for weeks, as boss Mikel Arteta confirmed. But there's good news with our branch friend Gabriel Jesus, who is back into training for Arsenal. So this is how we expect to say Arsenal will set up Calafiori, Mosquera, Saliba, Timber, Zubimendi, Rice, Eberechi, Eze, Saka, Leandro Trossard, Mikel Merino will lead the lines for them. Whilst you expect Mohamed Kudus to be back for team friend Tottenham Hotspur. Where's your money?
Arsenal.
Straight win.
Yeah, straight win.
Yeah.
I'm measure Tottenham.
Straight win.
That away unbeaten record. Arsenal best say.
Wow.
I'm saying Arsenal will beat them.
Okay. Arsenal best say more.
Say I think I'm sure you.
It is and it's difficult to beat him.
Was sure and and aside Bibiana, Arsenal death no is serious.
I'm a quality no more there.
Quality is serious. Now say William Saliba Niwa, they have a certain guy called Mosquera.
Who can come in and play.
Obeshema on face Saliba.
Yeah.
Arsenal team no solid.
Yeah.
The free bench is solid.
Yeah.
And the man who measure Tottenham. They will be Tottenham.
Which yesterday I was telling you about Barca's return to the Spotify Camp Nou. I think say the bonus game is Barca versus Athletic Club. Whatever happens, Barca will whip them and over 2.5.
Pedrimbo.
Oh, forget about it. Athletic Club here come once away from home. Obeshem. We'll be there at home. Barca also have good injury returns. Rafinha will get a part to play in the game. Lewandowski is possible gets a pass to play in the game. Fermin Lopez. All of these guys now are back into the team. Yes, they are without Pedri there, but this is a Barca team that can go on to go and play. And then it also falls as the birthday of the great Johan Cruyff. And then the birthday, so it makes Barca going back to the Spotify Camp Nou, all written there, said this is a game that they can go and win. Of course, I know, say, and now, Hansi Africa confirmed, so Brent friend Juan Garcia is going to be back in post for Football Club Barcelona. So the starting lineup, I expect, Juan Garcia, Alejandro Balde, Ronald Araujo, Paul Kobasi, Eric Garcia, Casado, Olmo, because of course there is no Pedri, there is no Abrantia friend, Frankie de Jong, then Fermin Lopez as a 10, Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Abrantia friend Lamine Yamal leading the lines, which I expect them to beat them. It's also going to be a game where Nico Williams returns for team friend Athletic Club on starting. I'm not sure. According to Ernesto Valverde, I don't know how the Camp Nou will receive Nico, but we always welcome him with open arms. He trains regularly with us. He's going to come in.
Arranging and Oko a year Camp Nou, Boon Papa.
Ernesto Valverde known when you know Besobeka. I'm going to Honchen.
You're my Yenino.
I
can't know the Basuna Fason.
I want to Honchen.
dinner nipo.
On the de baza faso.
Yeah.
This car was with you. I'll be unfunny for baby.
Yeah, sure. Then a brand in the situation. Neska.
Media. That's I think. They had to pay. It was a simple issue of pain, and we also know how difficult how long it took for other players to get registered. I think I reached some match near the bonus game.
Elche Real Madrid. Na yemeshe the Milan derby in
Elche team in the last few games at home, they have been very stubborn to play against. And Madrid, if one be just before the international break, their results were not good. They went away to lose against Liverpool. Then they came at home in that draw against Rayo Vallecano in that mini Madrid derby. The good news, obviously, is the conversation around Vini Jr. because I think that he's an important player for Team Friend Football Club Madrid. So when you have Vini Jr. there still, add Mbappe to it, just manage the egos, you're able to have a formidable team. And that is good for them. According to AS Darius, Madrid phone are thinking of keeping a branch here friend Vini Jr. And of course, the contract extension is in the offering. Which, like I said, Madrid struggled before the international break. Elche have been good away for Elche when they play against them. Which I think that Madrid, with the returns that they have, Dean Heitzen back in the team, of course, Abrante's friend Eder Militao out with injury. And Rich, what happened with Abrante's friend Jude Bellingham? I think that this is the time for him to channel some energy, of not so good press from the English media to focus and get a job. I think that Madrid are going to win against Team friend Elche, but not so good news also for Abrante's friend David Alaba, who has some muscle fatigue.
No matter for man, fan Jay. Oh, Piano Dorsado. Abba. Men the last time ball 5 matches ground to us Real Madrid. Obobo Bakumi no off. Oh, I got 2 months, 3 months, no Bobo Bakumi. Oh, it's so bad.
It is really affecting him. It's
handled.
The Milan derby.
Yeah.
What do you think it will come down to?
Oh, is that derby there? I mean, always idea about here constant.
Yeah.
And yet, ding, will be up at the bragging right here. The idea we assured of a cards.
Yeah.
Yellow cards be soon, probably it be red card be so on.
But looking at the two teams.
But already 2 teams in India. Come here as I said, Milan. Syria no season no near me kui. Inter is doing
because of the experience of the coach.
Both.
The coach and the experience of the Milan team.
Both.
And when I'm here, Cultureland podcast, and my go-to podcast for Italian football. Of course, Spotify, Apple Music, usually can find it there. And I was listening to James Honeysuckle, and one of the things that they were very emphatic on is the stability that this man has given Milan. Which are branch your friend Maximiliano Allegri. Very, very stable. And of course, Oshe La Gazzetta front page that said they speak about Modric. It's the calmness that Modric has brought to the team, and that's asks you about experience of the Milan side. Because Oshe, for me, I've said several times, I've not given a lot of credit to Christian Kivu, and he has proven me wrong a lot of the times. And because of that, that is why you still give him a dog chance in a game like this when he plays against Team friend Inter. And because of that, on the top of the talents, whether you like it or not, Christian Kivu from where he came from, the job that Simeone Inzaghi did, I still don't think he has gotten there, but he deserves a lot of credit. On the top with 24 points, Roma seeing Milan 22, Napoli 22. Now Napoli so a difficult game against Atalanta, who have appointed a branch here for Palladino. Now Palladino, if you follow Italian football, he is one of the best brains in the Italian game. Solid, understands the game, tactically astute, and also an excellent manager. From the days at Fiorentina, Bologna, he understands the game so well. It's Napoli a tough game. That is what makes this Milan derby more important to Inter than it will even be to team friend AC Milan. It's a game that I think that comes down to just a few things. It comes down to, like I asked you, the tactical acumen of the managers. Which, when I look at Maximiliano Allegri, whether in a 3-back or in a 4-back, the compactness of that defense is still there. And say on a personnel, still the team is solid and they tend to get the results. I think the Inter team has still kept that togetherness that they had from Abrante's friend Simeone Inzaghi, and they are playing Kivu has not changed so much.
How do we know?
And that is very smart from him.
Okay.
Say, who join another team? Who go match this year? You don't change too much. You focus on it and make sure say, who many the results now? In the possible lineups, you're expecting you want to check the German international Bastoni Akanji as the back three, Federico Di Marco, Zielinski, Kalanoglu, Barella, and Abenche Fen Augusto. And of course, Thuram and Martinez will lead the lines. While we expect Tomori, Gabia, and Abenche Fen Pavlovic, Salamikas, Fofana, Mobic, Rabiu, and Abenche Fen Betagzi. Of course, Leao and Pulisic will lead the lines. I think it's a double chance for Team Efreno. AC Milan. I expect also Napoli not to lose the game against Atalanta. Whilst Fiorentina, which is purely any team, any Abrante friend Luciano Spalletti game, away in Florence. I expect Juventus to go there and at least a double chance. Como game and over 1.5. Jamia and Mochina. We will talk about it in Germany. So we will start here. Dortmund win, Bayern win, Mönchengladbach win, Leverkusen win. You can put your kidney on it. Rich, I'm from the quotes. Mommy, a little explanation on Assembly and the kind. The SCR in the Premier League has not completely replaced the PSR.
Okay.
The SCR is just about say now whatever you spend. First, on the PSR was based on amortization, revenue, and stuff like a lot of things. Now it's about player cost. Into player, there's a percentage that you can pay your average player cost the whole team that you can, for instance, spend. I'm sure with time I'll be able to explain it to English Premier League. What England for I want rich. Okay, no 5 codes amount. Michelle, Anna, DBN, you and Uncle for testing SND DM female who code no. All of my social media it's there. Facebook is there, TikTok is there. And the name is still the same. Fifi Manfred. Team radio so me show for pen or paper natural. First one a BW 22 B7 B9 D4. Second one a BW 22 B7 9716. Third one a BW 22 B7 8C 8E. Fourth one a BW 22 B7 7592, and the last one a BW 22 B7 3D63. Oshio Insure TV of YouTuber. Just take a screenshot and good luck. Your bumper is ready. Ento greens am I.
Okay. Na enkwansa twen me ye ibiki tu abi na mabusa question we dey me penchemu kitu me penchemu bibiri pachoa. And I say this Kopama story is either there's a setback with his current injury, or Maresca is playing mind games with Barcelona and Arsenal. Either way, we are recording win. This week, I ran to Edna Ade Abba. Kofi, Matisse say, "Mon man in the Barcelona money boogie Stamford Bridge." I say, "Mo light in the doing. Instead, do money sunkabi."
Landing Chelsea for
Landing
light off about Chelsea.
I asked a specific question.
I'm saying ECG or London apart from the visa on our own phone numbers. Almost light to do
yes, see Stamford Bridge in the moon generator.
Then it do myself happiness.
It's an amount switching.
I am switching out the ball.
The BM catchers and stadium. Too old. When young baby,
on back Google, as one coach guy. On Basuna for
any Basuna. Online, I do never change my video. Basuna. AJ Ministries also reach out the top 50 that whether we use La Masia players on Tuesday, you still beat them flat. You share experience joy as part-time Barcelona fan. Medamase, Barca for Medamase pass Tuesday. Mobama mania Jemon Shaya no mame red card FC buomo na agenda no enye kama. All right. Sammy K. I say, Richard, please, I need referral code. Ask Fifi and Ayala for me. Okay, Ayala Bentino, Yebena, Bibisa, Hebemombi, so na Manya Bibi Kaka because Brunya Eba, Akabite wisdom. I say, good morning. Okay, good morning, bro. Bibi Aboko, Awo and cry. Danny Kofi Omo, Richardo, good morning. I also bet me the message no abana. I can kind the amount. Dan so Jacob, please, we need EPL commentary. Hey, EPL commentary is next year. Why? This year, maybe I can't do it. Mumbai. I mean, maybe probably next year. No, na edehun some aba Bismarck. Ojuben Empire. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now to say,
oh, Nyamia do me hoye.
De Nyamia na ufri Korea wonum ba. Chishu mo to say.
Oh, say I had to say it here. I had to do them. Yeah, I had to say.
I go US if it was Montana fu mo yi.
Hey, Chini Jonas.
Chini Jonas. Is it what by food?
Really.
Oh, but then no, we have pictures, the video. We show the chairman. Are they actually maybe you? I'm on for your crow. Serious.
Oh, yeah. Rich.
Go for an airport and it's serious.
Oh. Because we did it.
And as Anna, a show before.
When you would triumph and count. Rich. A free Sammy Korea. The next international break is in March.
Okay. There's a room.
Yes. And for those of us you play club football pano. What it means is say you baba share club football the next time we could break it will be next year March. And that is a lot of excitement for the lovers of club football. Now, your free international break abanintino. Ayana a good say a the tables in the major leagues at I discuss on one. Now, you baby a jai league in Ebo Kobaye and what is in front of us. In Pempi, see a good international break bar. Ayana league table in our analysis because we miss the momentum of club football discussions. No? But you say Arsenal the first, Man City Dormachi, Chelsea, Sunderland, Tottenham Hotspur, Villa, Manchester United, Liverpool at the 8th, with Bournemouth and the Crystal Palace finishing the top 10 of the English Premier League. And see, we are getting back to familiarizing yourself with the English Premier League. You know. Now, this weekend, games in Urban, Rich, none of them are very straightforward.
Very tricky.
None of them are very straightforward. And I was again thinking about say, Rich, Mijidipa say on. Even though the fixtures in the Premier League, no, random picking, no, there is a certain level of manipulation in you. Because Russia, you put international break, baby, there's a big fixture, be a derby, that welcomes you back to the English Premier League. And this time around, it's the North London derby. But and only a Sunday, and here starting free throw. And then Chelsea early kick-off game number one. Game team say any straightforward match and Americano. Rich, how many players and our Bournemouth are on echo international break? And also, how many players have tied from national teams? The brave, so all compared to Chelsea. It's a situation in here. Who plays the brave call international break? Who plays the brave will stay at the club and train. So who plays no international break in the bar? They will have to then switch within the shortest possible time from playing with Brazil national team, England national team, France national team, and get back to their groove in club football. But because I know who players will bring a international break in it, you know. And said that they will need to switch match. Rich, say, what's your team bizarre? Let's say more only fear. One way out, before you settle into the game, not give me ask the chairman. And what I am saying is, Mijitum, Chelsea will quality chain belly. Mijitum, on any day Chelsea should beat belly. Easy. But in an early kickoff game, against this situation, it makes the game difficult for Chelsea. Be a chatto. So, all the Chelsea, all the Burnley team number tactical board, Rich, they also play for you to get it difficult to win against them with almost 4 or 5 man. Until we hear some level of switch, any momentum, all settle in them. By the time I settle, now I say we are 5 and 4, and when that one strike up, and then the home fans no enter the China, yeah, Chelsea, Munju Chomo, Munu Mumboni Gidi. That's how I early kick off. Game this are there, Papa. And I can feel that for Chelsea for how do you break that low block way? There is one thing that is good about Chelsea because the way Chelsea bought in almost 4-2-3-1 no, Rich, they will have Neto and Garnacho on Walker and Hartman. That is good. It's already no almost 5 defenders, you know. Almost right wing back, left wing back. You know. You have 2 players because of the way Chelsea bought it, you know. They will have players almost now draw almost, and I say they will take them out of the game in Saadi or Mobono. Now, when they do that, Rich, I can't say 3 central midfielders way. Steve Twanzebe Lorraine. I also Dilap and João Pedro dealing with Tomo. And while we are dealing with them, you will need Abrantia friend Enzo Fernandez to be joining João Pedro in a double number 10 and Dilap as a main striker to deal with that low block and get. But the only problem is say if line up here the room and a Chelsea they cover Rich, how do they recycle the play in midfield? And can normal circumstances Romeo Lavia, Moas Casedo, natural midfielders know how to recycle play. Bono, you're against a low block team. And your body attack now, if you are AJE, but quickly near sorry cycle near ball. If you are qua, you pass ball now, you get to chrono. I was just sad by a cheap. You never food a beer or chances okay. Yeah, the far right, yeah, switching left. Or the side from me, give them instead of be a back. Sad, you know. So, which chance in the phone now? Yes, Enzo Fernandez in Japan. But Rich, because they want to break a low block, no, he will be playing more as a double number 10 rather than a number 8, number 6 or theatre. Oh yes, I do man at the match club for the Chelsea. And then I want to show you how Ubu game na Ubetu and system in Saba. Not give me real. Not give me real. Which Chelsea good on paper, but difficult.
Okay.
Difficult.
Double chance, Anna.
Yes.
Okay.
Double chance will do you a very, very good for a betting slip. Liverpool is expected to beat Forest. And I'm choosing my words where they are expected to beat Forest or Anfield. Obiara said Liverpool will fee against Nottingham Forest. They are expected to beat them. But can they beat them? Rich, you starting season. We match a Liverpool season into 2 already. They started very well. almost say obia. Then the last party, terrible. What an assault want to get back to a consistent contender performance or momentum. Because medical catcher say, Rich, the next international break is in March. March is soon enough Premier League, you can't forget the original. And if we say, Echo Christmas in January, February, Rich, this is the time.
So now on a pre-match, I say, I don't say no. I have title no headache, no. But how consistent are the
yes, because so
on June title no grass is here.
Title no more pressure. After the season, we are starting. Premier League, you bought 10 games in year. Now you start seeing November in December now. This is where the Premier League is winning. They do have a good team. Liverpool spent around 446 million. They are the big spenders of the transfer. Many sure say even when Liverpool lose a game, no, Obama team baby I can say Omutim Ninye. Every squad, they do have it all round. Yes, there are some loopholes to be in terms of backups, squad in depth or department to be. But Liverpool and your team, Obama so many team, a very very good team. Now there is government, only problem there with him. There's Soboslai, McAllister. Obia seems to be okay. And with that, you expect Liverpool beating Aye Jumano over Tima, your friend Nottingham Forest. Not cheap, because there are no cheap games in the Premier League. But I think Liverpool should be good enough. Anfield against Sean Dyke and Nottingham Forest, a team, and that they are going to win. Yes, Nottingham Forest will some bit of quality, Anderson, Gabe White, and Igor Jesus. Spine way, you need to deal with them. But overall, on the pitch, Liverpool should have a very, very good game against him. If I'm not Forest, especially Omubo Fieno, to have a win, not comfortable, but a win against him. If I'm not Forest, Rich, you a quiet first one, you're the coaching games. Because a baby open when say pressure on the on the pressure on the with a lot of intensity. And so you need to prepare your mind. Say games against Newcastle there, this is the atmosphere. And only friend Eddie Howe, the behind that no move game ever feel. I should sit a jabusa atmosphere no more on. This time around, in waiting for City, I say we are looking forward to the match. We have a lot to prove to ourselves after the last couple of away games in the Premier League. We are desperately keen to try and put that right. Now, Rich, so this is manager case I say we are. Also, Nancy, I call away, sir. If you assume a book, and so Obia should bring me a game. May try say, you're desperate. See about you putting normal right. Rich, but only when you say, a games this Man City pay. They don't like teams that are sitting back against them. Fantastic. So the now so intensity. Over running at me, you take the game to me. I am Pep. I want these kind of games. You be me boy. And then to create be at the so what if you are smart free? What if you are smart free? You are already game the ABC could do. And Metiase why Pep says I finished that season, Pep is like me. They be our first 10 games in the league doesn't do anything. You have about 10 games in the year. Afina, you can assess Obian level. Again, times now you know. Papas won the league in the Premier League. Will say, if you want to win it, this is when you start. Be careful here. Start to gather momentum be. And Rich, so since I Pep by England, anytime you win the league in Ibiano, or some winning streak, Yes, that time we are. And ahead they send the players now picking form. Foden, even Bernardo Silva, Ryan Cherki, Erling Haaland, or a solid goalkeeper in Donnarumma. It's the team that started to say Ruben Diaz Guardiola as a team who so. She said the left back not any problem. No, it seems that Mark O'Reilly, Abedjabo Soma, even when you're English national team, elbow. The right back Nunes Abeshem or Bo. Recall Luis Bacca or Musubeti Abo. He seemed to be as a really inside on the team so, and that is what Pep Guardiola or Pep. Rich, Murphy, Watamade, Harvey Barnes anymore. You will miss Anthony Gordon because only available. We're prayer. So we will get this. Then you say yes. Also, what's meaning the pressure about the camp. But I love what Pep said. When you say Rich, Newcastle, no. And yes, how moving food we know. Sa Tonelli, Gamares, Jolentino. As a more BBB, or more technician or more Brazilian flair and more Brazilian also boots like aggressive body physicality and to more blend in here. Which we have a game to watch. I think at 5:30.
Well, but Amadi is a very, very good striker.
Oh, Oba, no, Rich, oh, you good.
Very good.
As Stuttgart, and Costa to German national team.
Very good bar.
And Emma Wolf said before Oba, Newcastle, not Bayern so penal. He was the to-go striker in Bundesliga. I will be a penal. And on your bad game cry, which for me, and the games so do show more. This is the most exciting one.
Okay.
Newcastle and Man City now. If so we could go both teams, I will go over 2.5.
All right.
Yes, I think say we must watch goals in this game because of the way two teams ebo and the atmosphere. Then Ochina, big one, North London derby. Me I say obi o follow Premier League never say I am me ha winina. It's a North London derby na I one way. Which in the Premier League era, North London derby, Tottenham maybe need only 2. And Arsenal are dominating. And so we see a voice now and the Costa boy now, Mikel Arteta G2 said they have dominated the North London derby. Now, Rich, a better in recent history, dominating if the other manager was Ange Postecoglou. Only pragmatic, stubborn to his ideas and the tactics.
Maybe a highline. Highline zone yard.
And yes, a highline I will be years and split with the enemy. It was a highline. Emma who considers but he was still stubborn to it. Into which, with that background, I think this time around, the North London derby, the Emma and Bibia. Obi betimi aka say o yenka wasem Thomas Frank factor no seke ye derby ni nko ase de yehunu na nse ni dia eke Arsenal and kai dominate. But Rich, this time around, even though Arsenal have a few issues they have to deal with. For instance, Gabriel Magalhaes is so it is becoming a Mosquera Saliba combination. And with the heart of defense for Arsenal. Even if California will put Anthony and Bois, Luis Kelly can play, there's no problem. I think Zubimendi is back in the middle with Declan Rice. Arsenal problem back home say OBM say Omuni striker because Victor Joker so Papa ko Kai Havertz and I gave Jesus after no about when you fit to play games. Into Ebia Mikel Moreno, Ebesa Ako Bossane, first number 9. No? That is the situation with Arsenal. But here to say this season, one big factor for Arsenal, I almost squad in depth now. Until with that Martin Odegaard, the answer is Abeshim, not Obo. In one area, the same Obo. in the absence of Obia when anymore Trossard Bebo, Martinelli Bebo, Bukayo Saka oh, they have the squad. I'll meet me about anytime you best on Mobia. Rich. Mekai Thomas Frank or qualified Brentford by Premier League game. The first game against Arsenal or share 2-0. From there, almost 8 other games on share Arsenal game. But Rich, this Tottenham was team this season. Meaning so I observe and that. Omoya idea wa way than so mubo home. Omukwa we and because of the way Thomas Frank pragmatic our away games no. Away game nkuana onfa ho whether yabebo no. Onfa ho whether ball no anyo no bobo bi. Media ne say team we say no motie. Yenim how we be see approach a the pay game ni benya. That is what Arsenal must be careful about this game. And to me, I'm when you said, "Oh, would you okato anything crown Arsenal?" Me know you do okay, so. At the Emirates, Arsenal are strong. This season, Arsenal probably is the best team in the Premier League. On any good day, they should win against Team FM Tottenham Hotspur. But Rich, sir, a real friend of Thomas Frank and in a pragmatism game, any bar.
It makes it difficult.
It makes the game interesting. You see Kudus as a kick off the injury, no, and he's good now. Until he comes in with Odobe or the wings with Xavi Simons as the number 10 behind Richarlison. It's a Kolomoan is also Abba back. But this is where the pragmatism now make 1-7 a war. That Paulinho Benteke sitting deep in midfield no. Emma, team of Tottenham must be balanced. I am very good. And this is under a coach, Rich, on country to risk it, baby. Oh, Arsenal, you could be more young, couldn't show me, Debbie. Oh, the mom is our balance. And this time around, so over the difference between Thomas Frank and Postecoglou, I think it's a little bit lucky with injuries. And see, Coutinho Romero, up for some time now. Van de Veen or Prabaino, also air some time now on Branco and or Dogu or Space or Poro consistently with Vikai. They seem to have some consistency around the team. And a stubborn coach, only try to build a movement to reach not landing derby there. Kudus will not need any motivation. It's a game to play. And me sure say, almost the record now. They will say, maybe Thomas Frank will be the coach. Obetime are breaking the dominance of Arsenal. Interesting game part. Okay. And just straightforward saying, Oman looking at no. Arsenal are going to dominate possession, but Rich, be careful of this Tottenham Hotspur team, especially in away games. Away games in the Premier League. They are very, 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 very dangerous.
Appear to you, Flores Crowd, also know here, Joe say Arsenal is expected to win this match, but a double chance Arsenal or over 1.5 seems good.
Yes. Rich, me say, in fact, Thomas Frank in Niagara.
Okay.
Thomas Frank gives this North London derby a different ingredient. Because when you're watching a Medina no Pebiano, you should be very, very careful. Now you're in now. Now, me, you know, now you're doing come work, you know. You're boss in the other leagues, you know. Rich. In the Spanish La Liga, there are only 2 stories. Barcelona and Kofi. Make Barcelona and Kofi, make the Spotify company. First game now, basketball. Rich almost all about the fashion. I said the owner no more to no more Befi. Na ya shefa. Dear baby for the person we ya and say. What is some near and now would be the fashion? Near Bessania. Near Diego. But dear Barcelona for so any and say. Yes, Sadian etimi to tembia, but Sanka ye go against any of your boogie size. And then came through. But they bow away. Only Nadia when they beat Barcelona. If they go away, no, they are not Omunye stubborn. And that is what is counting for Tima. Your friend Barca and Enra. When I saw this video, I see they are putting finishing tactics. I'm say Rich.
For your football.
Look at the grass and look at the
machines here.
Oh, just solid. See, and then yeah, when according to Mundo,
Yankwane ha no ayi no pitches no grass no go say e ko sans no ye tu ni sei obi gina no wato no awurade nyankobo adio ko sans no wen so no
say ko ni de ye ka say e di a ya wo 7 ade Rich. Yes, Frankie de Jong suspended. There's no Pedri. Nti the Barca midfield according to Mundo is expected to be Casado, Daniel Olmo and Fermin Lopez as in Fifi.
Chelsea for instance come pesa
Tuesday. You want to be the Abramo. If someone you say for
come on fa Pedima.
No problem. No problem.
Na Super Frankie Zuntina bench. Na fi mbie game na mo.
Frankie on the bench.
Aye.
Domo no me select Basa.
Almost in compesa midfield we are.
The Omo no pay. Ese go
e ko pa me pra.
E ko mun kwa na se ga mo gwanke mo gwanke e ka so mo wini ana. Rich, I think Barcelona will be good enough to beat team my friend Bilbao.
Alright.
Madrid Diana. It will look easy on paper. But HFO are meeting Real Madrid at the wrong time. Rich, last 2 games are Real Madrid are born. Look at the results. Omulusu 1-4 against Liverpool. And Omokubo 0-0 against Rayo Vallecano. And Madrid team now starts here now. Na Xabi Alonso show biano. Against Omo first topmost test. Yamba say yes, their first test was the Clasico. But Omo ya adumani nyina wie no. Omo share Liverpool show Omo. The next game against Liverpool so come copper reaction no. Omo ntinye winning. Eno na ma Barcelona close game on the La Liga no. Again, Real Madrid bobo sa game na Omo born against Elche. Rich after Barcelona win today, which will then mean say we come back to the league table. Rich, Barcelona will close the gap. But Barcelona is taking Barcelona about 31. And see, Real Madrid will go to Elche match, Bia, so Bia question was 31 with team and friend of Barcelona. Especially when they've not won any of their last 2 games. Real Madrid, the Omoko situation be saying, you will not want to like it. And they will do whatever it takes, even away at Elche, to beat Omo Elho. In wrapping up on Sunday, Rich, who said this weekend, the French league is about Pogba back. And I'm happy for him. I'm going to say this time around there, Obe PM in the Monaco team. Whether Obama about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the league, welcome a French legend, we say Pogba back into Omofos. Now, Enra, because Marcel Escher OGC miss 5-1. Rich, I'm a French league table, I'm that first. What it means is that, say, 1 billion in bar, Rich, who bet me at the top Paris and Germany
against
Le Havre, because Oma is Sepeno. Only that top of the league review. So we would be against Team F4 at the time when you 2 over free top until they will do whatever it takes. Say Omo Ebetimi Ashe Omo Efso Bundesliga, nice games, very very nice games. By an elbow of you can add your win. Maybe I don't know which has to get there are goals that comes into those games, Then you can add the other games, and it will go on our team. I Edumana Kama. Rich. The no ma yamma yetie for ne ahwefo Saturday games in the course na yentimi emfa start endi efie enkomo no nti me so ubetimi age just 4 goals Saturday games and I share the kama Betway codes. First one BW22 57. Second one no BW22 CF4D21. Third one no BW22D19612. Then the last one BW22D1E D5F. Into 4 bed to a course. Ubetimi afa oko owusu bempa ayala ewo exa nsa ebeka course way ewo ho uko Facebook let's mark owusu bempa dash ayala and also ubemu ewo ho uko ayala sports so a sa for course way ewo ho ubetimi ta screenshot whilst you are watching us ewo Isha TV ewo YouTube and as I say uti already we sure say what na fa ubetimi apeki ewo ho nti 4 course
okay
na watimi afa na so ode aye onioma kama
duba ko ba pa nsima no enwatwe nhyia 104.5 ye ba fie na ye de fisam ato am so e de amamo edo so we want all their best players on the pitch this Tuesday. We want to beat Barcelona without any excuses. And now they Abreu say some here say please Richard I don't forget I have completed my Betway registration, so I need a referral code. No, I know idea code no.
Or Ghana here.
I'm so outside. I think we're outside. In fact, we bet me the message no about na ma yehu baby I wanna fe yen to so emfa ma I want me try message no say baba na RCB betimi IBB.
Me say bomb in social media handles no. Nti opa on send me inbox.
Okay.
And on check
na
so that we can get a better for no.
Yenchia good fellow. Good fellow Eko UK. Also UK.
And this time around them just in the Bible.
Also person ko hwe omonimo game no.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Minim say ba me so about just in the Bible.
Follow Odemeka Mujesi. Oh, yes, some ways and announce the just na be na say. Now na me dey teach you already almost align.
Okay.
Me good follow ni nwa this one affair.
Yeah, me can say that now can.
You too quiet na.
I see.
Me catch this one affair so ni nwa no. Me ni e Donkor pa the only thing so support Chelsea. And yes, kaka.
All right. Yes, start here from the Black Stars of Ghana. I'm saying no common ye DBA and the baby I'm person chassis and me chassis the fruits because on our team too kind. And information be bro how at the chain yenia you fina yen too kind ebine. And I don't love the conversation around the Black Stars ye bought 2 friendly games in we. The first one I say what did it be? I'm say oh so if you be subaya amo done do Black Stars anymore. It seems as indiscipline team and penufo giant players in that amo ye pick and choose. Amo an pick games. No more choosy. It been so as say the issue of Fatawu Isaku at a point so can me say Henry Asanjutum ebe cheche reason here Isaku ama me game because or say around the naps say unya ACO no the agreement efe no and in the team Leicester aye and say abrante no ye managing ye into games we were man amum best say about travel 10 free England about bobo aye 2 friendly games about sa abrante no ni say issues ni ni ade na hwa no kire bi no na akwakwa ha no the tea and say nipa na is unrested na ni ACO ni managing ye mo ntimi mo games no and then the excuse you for that friendly games mienu or Japan and then South Korea no yet yes a Brantona fly from UK abba Ghana party agia for real party B and sensemebre Salisu Muhammad and so and also ebedru camper when Jimmy Amo game at a point yes also a person call the ticket and some no bebre the conversation around the Black Stars you know as an Indian no headed towards it seems indiscipline players no omo discipline ye ja omo no omo ye don pe omo na chire games on bobo and komo na wo honi nyina no negative ala wo na only team no two kwan first of all enchechemu ben na mpanifo de ma wo especially ana omo de ma mu media team na mo kan team na mo call Japan and then South Korea no Fatawi sa ko di enti no ma den na afedo tumi ba Ghana ebe party ya osa de call back no di anything what happened
first of all mamen ka say me nya adwuma ma Ghana Football Association Henry Sheikh Tofik and I nya Patrick Akoto and officially omokasa edema efe enti say oye citizen of Ghana and oye obia ope ball na ope answers about blasters bibia wo na ope official position answers they are those people you need to go to enyame what I am coming to do on this show a private journalist
what did Timothy Akona do
yes me too quite with the blasters now there are conversations around the team maybe from a more informed position makes me so edemanu to conversation ni movie and I will not want Obi to listen to me and say oh I say otie someone who is defending FA stance on Bibi on na Bibi. That is not what I want the discussion to be like. Now, Rich, first of all, the issue of pick and choose games, you know. So because me am here Sayala, minim nipa ko ni nyina so. Any do onim enti a ode kasa. Enti I can say nipa ko no onim de oka. Richard here de onim nya no obi nim.
Sure.
De inform you obi to conclude a certain way enya no na inform wo. And so obi can answer more allow the person to say it. Nemo no de men so minim and say Rich answer na yebeko akobo Japan Korea no. So we knew Kudus was injured, because even in the last games, Tottenham mobile, Sana Ombobi, I know Gina and Chawa was sending here. So we knew Kudus was injured. We knew Inaki Williams was injured. Even in a game Omboba against Barcelona, Ombobi and Ameboa.
Sure.
Then the last games, no Emayeti said Jiku has picked injury. For Thomas Partey. Rich, yempo. The truth of the matter is say, Partey enyini, and Partey, and so kaya. Last season was Arsenal. Last 2 seasons, injury situations. Be ama edrume bimpo. Arsenal penny for wanted to blame him for not winning the league because of the time now. Onyani injury no. Rich Edidi Muana Blaster scholar B. Partey couldn't make it. Emma Rebecca will say Partey engineer make it because nani injury no a too stubborn. Emma Arsenal for catch and say so mama no contract extension. He will need to find a way to communicate to the national team say baby I will do no. On your party of 3-4 years ago. Ultimately not consistent football and ochina he needs to start managing himself. Into Rich asama mi king mi ntwantro obi a follow Partey bia even at Villarreal he is being managed. Any games in an obo their games are simple also Partey timebo but on Bobby not a bench. They are managing him because the guy is in his 30s and our nagging injury knee they are managing him. with that understanding, Patel penny for blast as a tias, say, look, say, me, baby, I'm born to do no. Yeah, manage me. And see,
Monty be animate me about
Montiasia, mammy. Rich, you nipa. And you're peculiar to Ghana. Venga Bekacho say, Tama no Arsenal now no ni Ozel eye adwuma. The way na Ozel esitieno. Within the week, Arsenal hold 5-6 training sessions. Emu 2, Ozel will be excused. Rich, there are several examples of players be through a certain level in their career where they need management. They need loans to be able to see almost on kakakaka. And that is what I know about Partey. Somebody kakan. We knew Kudus was injured. We knew Jiku was injured. Inaki is injured. And which other key player be also all Blasters team anymore? Ubeka say pair of facts. Or you fit, or you available. Name or no the boss in the choose say match memorable. We have to be fair to the facts. Now, Fatah is a issue. Rich, the background story in the say. Abranti and Nanciano free ACL injury. Oba back to full fitness. Leicester City medical team no. Any Blasters medical team, a gentleman agreement. Say, they will not want to overload Ishaku in the early days of wobble back to full fitness from the ACL. No? Rich, again, say, unim ACL engine, say, a hometia sitia. Now, share the young life of a footballer be say Fatah with Agua. Rich, now Ujren, you understand why say Oba back from ACL, you need to be managed in a certain way. And see the agreement say you overload the brand, especially at the early stages of Waba back now. And it's all rare. Since Fatah with Agua Oba back to full fitness. And your match beyond the Blasters attorneys are no. In fact, the only call up when you after free AC and buy is the last 2 games against Mali and against Comoros. Because that game was crucial. And they thought say one of those games you can excuse the overload and invite him to come and play. Now Rich, with that gentleman agreement in the order. It comes down to player nanka sansoso ni subai ni exercise of ni discretion. Say minim situation mi wom. Enunti empenyinfo a omo manage me medical situation no enya plan e dey ama me say enya akwantu bia enya match bia ena ombe ha me say me nkobo say na be ya metimi about full fitness. Rich. Now so say the medical gano. Uye bibia we are. Eto de bi so the quality or the players discretion. Onu ankasa ni suban. And say all taking decisions bi amane ho. And ekwako fa asama Fatah we say hakuba oba Ghana. Of course, a tidal rave was a day. Rich, I am telling you, you were far in Asia. When the video became viral on social media, and we saw it at our Blaster camp, everybody, from the playing body to the technical team to the management committee, were all surprised to see him that way.
But fly from UK,
yes,
about Ghana.
They were all surprised because
yeah, manage you.
What you say?
And reason excuse you, Grant, I am your woman. Yes, a kind of what?
And so we to quiet on and
I said, what you have for you, Ghana?
Inti, me money per coding. One management member say, young friend say you're international break, bobo club.
Yeah.
if even you decide to say obeji weni kakrampo, or you see the word chilling, what is the person obe chilling? Can't you do that in Europe? Where you will not have to travel long distance beer and the beer me pie masako ababi. So the beer it falls within the arrangement na the amount. But to fly all the way from UK to Ghana to come and chill there. Next a defeat even the arrangement now. Yeah, the amount. That is the situation. Rich, you can't blame anybody. It goes back to player Nakasa. Anyhow, he exercised the discussion on this matter. And the Kumikran said, you see, but Rich, Fatah Usaku should have known, say, Oban, Obianka so Wakomunibu. But there were always going to be cameras on him. Look at the car or the koi. Rich, blogger baby who's a can over the camera mail. Near Bieka Fatah Usaku see free more. Who will not follow him? Then you go and chill with a popular social media free person being said Haja for what? You can hide this. There is no way you can hide Sadia. Rich, it's a problem of wrong discussion at the wrong time and a kofasa issue way in Aba.
Salisu
now Salisus semenyo issues.
Percent 30 pepe na ebidili
no problem. Let me start with semenyo then they're quite straightforward.
Okay.
Rich, you could do. Say, Mekayo said, you call Japan, no. You can't fly to Narita. Only could see you Japan. But any Narita and Blasters, no. Now Blasters in our Nagoya. So we had to sleep one night at Narita. Then fly the following morning to Nagoya. Baby Blasters, our Anna Crown Plaza Hotel. You fly from Narita to Pano. You drew Nagoya na. Ubakaya, a hona me send me video of the way you see van nimuno. Some Japanese fans. Eba say Benjamin Asari inside autograph. Good. Me just have video ni we me hotel and entrance wa. And I me who say Mr. Alex Asante. Eba. Because it was me, Mr. Moses Parker, Michael Oseke, I think Stephen Apia, and a Benjamin Asari. So Anya Shikwano, two of them were Blaster Management Committee members. And Amamren was that I was say Oshiaye, give us your hotel room cards. Na amanie wo camp no or the Blasters Management Committee for no enye ya ka no. Oh, he doesn't own us any explanation, but omo managers of the team there omaba no I also catch him saying a situation it here now. Rich, I was so fortunate say omo din komo no I was just close because me no mo nenam nti me ti ona me akome deme na me di me burger be ne hot chocolate and omo ti just next to me and Mr. Alex Elbow Munkoman. I listened. Now, in Elbow Munkoman, there are only two situations. Is everything is okay. There are only two situations in our camp with the players. Otuaduama ono Alex Asante Atia say all fair players no. Oton in Safra Semenyo no. Semenyo any ne di nkomo bi. Na enkomo ne say Unse Rich, players na no. They are very, very plain and honest. So I'm no kasa. And since I'm my coach, ni say coach, me wo injury bi sheme ho. Enye serious bebre. Enti mesrew, met me aba. I want to blast us na national call. Met me aba. But minti me more 2 games in the mount. I can meet me and I can add about 1 game no Japan. Me we are I also about me come back. na me ko hawa me sia manage till say ye be start league ni biem sa woti asema me sa de a meba na mababo no to okay no problem out of the 2 games if we bet mama me one pa per situation e wo sisi a no magye into bra now se menyo sa man ti ase say because that is the agreement on coach ni woni ntino then it means say onim say okobo Japan obeko back enunti wa fixe ni proposal to the girlfriend after Japan game because onim say agreement to leave after that first game no and he told the coach and he meet me catch say even bimpo na semenyo the girlfriend no enim mpo say the boyfriend who proposed to him. But the technical team of the Blasters knew about it because Semenyo had informed them. Send ye beya say ebia obano kwa na oti se oko propose you will not say enunti.
And me can say pictures no. Na people na man for can say o bobo born we dey eko propose to girlfriend.
But for us you were privileged position to know this. We knew even before it happened.
Okay.
And see, that is a situation
with Semenyo.
And I am the say buy you know ahead of this match say after international break you know.
William so fetching you. Now I mean Kasim. Rich. Say Semenyo could propose a girlfriend God there's nothing wrong.
Of course.
There's nothing wrong. Yes, it is the reason that I heard officially was personal. It is a personal I say and the girlfriend will propose it to and it was also we really girl on Instagram. It was the anniversary.
Of course.
Which ABI as animal we don't value. But so when your peace of mind will hold more better than
of course.
One game. No,
and
the sentiment outside that. But Mr. Pese mufaso because you don't see it's a big issue. But I want us to let our listeners know say Mr. and you're the money.
Of course, private life is what makes you.
Now if you're rich,
correct me ba.
That was the agreement.
Okay, salute to the NFNU.
Salute to the na.
Wo abakam wo amabobo e.
Ehona.
Me dream am ntia.
Ehona okay. You see, Rich, people like Mr. Alex Asante here, you're one of the flowers that will deserve enough. But Rich, he's everything the Football Association. And who go close to him was Oyen Ejuma. Rich, he's an institution. The correspondence, the planning, and the arrangements. Obiambeno. The operations, nobody. Only. He raised the issue of Salisu with a little bit of concern, Kakra. And it was genuine concern. Now, some say, Salisu bedru kampono. Afeina o inform wo mu say, wopra.
Try to get you up drew Japan.
Yes.
Feino o catch say injury no. Okay.
And see, Alex Asante's problem was Salisu. So, and we shouldn't forget, Rich, people don't know. Players, no. Every ticket done to them a business class. You don't buy economy tickets for players. No. Because say, they have to relax in their plane and come and play. See, from France to Japan. Yeah, you take it in now from Japan to Korea back to France. Business class. I don't want to mention the amount. Only for you to come and drop a bombshell say, what we do camp no. You've used the tickets. But Wopra. In fact, Rich, nobody can say Salisu any the right to so a prayer that on Timinka. Oh no, and I say it's Utimu Credin. Wopra. But the little disappointment was the timing now. Not a branch any for me because the normal channel no say any invitation be o club so what prayer they will let us know na correspondent be why di but if
Obe prayer or are you playing man?
I don't know but Obe cancel
well me na me concern is then you be invited player we prayer so America mo be
when he was being invited there was no signal that he was injured.
Okay.
He got to the team camp and sana or inform me say which from it could be true.
Sure.
I don't have any contrary evidence. We say Salisu was lying. And to me so we could say I say Salisu. I will never say that. But the fact of the matter is say Salisu told them we pray our camp. And Mr. Alessandro were concerned say I no mamienu. You decide to take it now, and you've used the slot because probably you could have invited Razak Simpson or somebody to also come and take the slot and prove himself. And see, Mr. Alesma, by volunteer has said, look, also a prayer, but team no technical team in the medical doctors no, Shannon. And the technical team are saying so. A private team in free France about there. Probably we can manage it. Now what me about games na my. But Salisu was insisting say games no own team. And the initial briefing was that is the situation with Salisu. Also and they are trying to manage it. So that is it. Then Rich, from my observation, Salisu wanted to go back after the Japan game. And because Mr. Alex wanted to manage the situation, Salisu thought say, I said, oh yeah, evasive with say all man in the ticket to go back after the Japan game. To cut a long story short,
Edidi
Muama, Salisu went ahead to buy his own ticket. Because not NSA Mr. Alex as so be feed. But Mr. Alex was also thinking about team no. And he said, you try take it, now we have to buy another ticket for you to go. Abra ye nya so for so bia ni emoya. Enti sanka wetimi atiase sa, ye so be hwe ye so interest. Na manage situation and kebeboa. Finally, Salisu in terms of the hierarchy no. Onti Mr. Alex and delete diet bebre. So Chinemba or one confer so the Kujom, which is the coach. So Salisu went to Otto and said, this is the situation. Makacha muse me pra. I am pa mojitum say ampa me pra membo games no. Now Mr. Alex must buy me the ticket. Me shada nyano any name communicate ye. Enti ama me so mbese me konti. Na me tosha me hono. Me ama to ticket. The only thing is that they must refund. Yeah. Now Rich, when you say interestingly, when Salisu bought his own ticket, he bought economy.
No, Tony dear.
I'm just giving information. But the arrangement was that said Brad or Prada won't remember. Also, after the Japan game, no, you are refunding the ticket. Now on Country Rich. These are the situations.
But in 30 seconds, technical team, no management. 2 friendly games, you know. Trimiponti e koboy no munyai. No me okay.
And Komba we she say, enka 2 games, you know. Enka ombenya full blasters na diabo.
Okay.
Make a full blasters ka Jiku ho, Kudus ho, Pate ho, Jordan ho, Obia. Nan commit me attest team no more building ye for the World Cup. Inti establishes say enka omunya ya. And that should have been the ideal situation.
Right.
But in the midst of the situation, they also think they're rich. They say, in the situation you find yourself, let's make it useful. You're positive, be able to make free more.
Okay.
And make me a catch you say, and you can also say same because you watch the same games.
At least
yeah. Alexander Kuhn, this former Bechem United striker, Prince Kwabena Edu. We've seen some people. We're taking advantage of Satu Felisi.
yenya we shem say ye ko anim no so what say your friend na
okay
we should like ubeti say abrante no at a point in time be enso nya opportunity to nail it. And Rich Medema no secret no on this same contest I think say one major win for Japan and South Korea games, you know, the issue around Benjamin Asare. Rich Yenkanokre. Even though on this platform, Mihu Obia will raise strong arguments against Benjamin Asare since FNO Blasters. But Nukremuno, even though open asem, na eyo dese abante ne damuno. Se uyo obi a uka pa, you will still have some level of doubt be. Say, if Benjamin Asare said no co up ne ko share international teams na almost na obetimi adanie. Rich, this two friendlies here.
I convince you.
Even though Benjamin Asare could drew Nagoya just the day before the Japan game, no. Enti yene Japan ne time no be doing ne onya available. Rich, and can normal circumstances auto na minimum no. Time na Benjamin Asare be doing ka 2 matches in combo.
Okay.
But you could feel say auto ni nyina ya Ghana ni nyina ya adwene wo benkom say look Benjamin Asare number 1 now, but there's doubt say ye man international platform game back on the Shadi.
Okay.
And in the game against South Korea, there were some members of Mpenyinfo. They passed a trivia comment here. If you tell me what day they come back, and Mpenyibi jokingly, I say, "Hey, comedian, Otto or the Benjamin better there." Now here, Ojinahano or Posan and Samana but they stood by their grounds,
okay,
and make sure say one of those games. I was a Benjamin Asare team da Abochire International Stadium, international team a likely opponent of a World Cup atmosphere. Yema Brenton and Nanian share the performance. And Rich, lo and behold, your ball game against our Korea. One of the players of Biakase were vindicated with the performance. I am Benjamin Asare.
Okay, emphasis.
Anya Shukano. We've gotten some few positives. Bia. Yenya Edia film and no Adia Otoado more after free games with more. You bet me acquire to reach. Based on this information, you found to say Otiness Blasters call up Bimuna. No Biama. A Bimu can be most soon your opportunity. That one would be a free now. 1 or 2 Biakaka, no one who's in here.
Ghana Premier League. Week 11 and then a chance Karela Bob Basek Holy Stars. Inform Mediama Ebetenefia train Bicham United na China Summer Boy Summer Tex at Tenefi Nikumasa San Abo Young Apostles Ebetena Wenchi and a house of folk at the and they Brekum Chelsea no a game back when you made the papa nations and they Gold Stars United and 11 won the Vision and a Pando out of Lion Dreams and a All Blacks Edna Ebabona ahead of Kotowane Summer Tex, you know, and Karen Zito or say Koto game no Mukakobono, the minimum queen a tough opponent and Omo El Kakushia Omono.
In the first place, when you are a coach, you are going into a game, you first ask yourself, what do you need? Or what do you want inside that game? So your needs will determine your training and how you prepare to face the team. So Midema is a big club trying also to win the league. You see it. So we are going with the mentality of beating them. It's Kotoko. Remember, when you go back to the history, Kotoko usually occasionally beat them over there. So I think we will continue the mentality that we are going to play with. We are not to coil until the game will teach me what to do.
Okay. And I know kind of ahead of the game, no. Or say Kotoko omu game bia. Or no kind of to any players in the nano. Question Busomo and they say a dear no mope, dear no person here. And the only person here is to win the league. So also we win the league in this year. These are games that so na nyɛ sɛ wokɔbɔ draw wokɔ no akɔ akɔhyɛ no GD so ɔne ne mmerante no ɔmo aboaboa mu ho a win no ɛbɛtumi aba de aba mu no wie no ɔse ɛkwan a ɛfi ɛde mafa so kɔtɔkɔ kwan mo fa so bom games no ɛha mo paa mo bɔ weekend no mo bɔ midweek ɔse ɛha players no.
If you go back from Hasselhoek, we went to Accra, play Hasselhoek, stay there, play Vision. On our way, our car spoiled. We reach here 11 o'clock in the night. So if you were to visit, will you train? No, I didn't train. I didn't train even the next day because I saw tiredness within the boys. And this is the league, we should play. I even said the FA should look into it in future because Dreams as you passed through this, we nearly went to relegation. Sometimes the same thing. So it's like we are not rushing. Our study matches are there. When it is Sunday, we are not Europeans. Europeans have an energy, and the way they eat, it energizes them. So some tablets they take, not to dope them, but to give them what the body here cannot give you. So seriously, I don't think it's fair. Look, today we are 19 players instead of 20.
Okay. Nti Karim Zito no or say Sunday midweek games no bobo no honey players ne papa atebo ma ko bo game ba no mo pra ade che na so catch players no mo munye drink because ma bre hanya Europe because Europe no ubedi di utu kan o de flight ne betu kan ha no akwantu bibia bas any ade nti so catch refi no omwe na Southern game the way specifics no yeah na intimi and solve our problem in Femfo did drama in Nafi Govi Misha and Femfo did ahead of Amo and so young apostle game no yenti na evangelia.
A very tough game, very tough opponents, youthful opponents who run a lot on transitions and who also play expansively. And so we have worked so well. Players' eagerness and then players' anxiety and desire is really high. The intensity we bring in our sessions and the aggressiveness in play is something and areas that we have to really push further up. We will embark on the trip tomorrow, and then we are very hopeful that we will play to try to win. We have worked on our last third, decisions on the last third, where we need to make one more move to open up the bigger space to create a bigger chance, and where we can also multiply in terms of first and second movement, and also collective runs and collective move.
Okay, this is Dramani ahead of Omoni Young Apostle game no, and also at the Atujasa and the players the anxiety, the desire to play no. Awon and ofiu say ambo ma ye no omu betimi akọ eye wenchi no mo akọhye eye young apostles kovi me chance mfemfi with the games no na
I think say
MT from them
really a little side story baby a se me ko techima na medar hotel no hona had to folk for usually when they are in techima to wenchi kwan wa just like 20-30 minutes we do wenchi. Okay. In fact, in do 30 crowd we do wenchi. Nah, when I was there, one morning, I think the weekend before, my manager and the band can say, "Fee say, if you are not going to be here the subsequent week, be careful because has for Baba Jida and when they are playing because Omar Seni and says, I give me a very important for them, and I think I can hear it from what Coach Didi Dramani is saying because the last game away from home, I'm course we're doing." It wasn't a desired result. And it is off the back of losing against Kumara Santi Kotoko. And has to be able to score. Funny enough, they managed to get something from the game. But most of those games have not been wins. And the only ones that have been wins have just been very, very slim ones. And people are questioning output when they go away from home. Even when they play away from home, they had a lot of questions. And just a couple of hours ago, me snap me who's me coach Mauli wa you money or pound for our name or no. They are already en route and they are going to prepare for the game. I think it's a game that Accra should be able to win. I think that Young Apostles for my last two games no, almost so far some back-to-back defeats be. Yes, they would want to at least exert some dominance but this as a folk team after in the last few games, Washa Didi Dramani is now using Mamuli more to stretch games. Especially when they go away.
most of the times that's why we also book compact 4-1-2-1-2, very, very constricted on FIFA to prevent concession. But he has realized that there are a lot of draws and he needs to get a win. And in getting the win, he's adding a branch here, friend Mauluayo. I'm expecting that crowd to fuck Kebeshe. Which means Kotoko have not considered an away goal this season.
Okay.
Not a single away goal. They are still the only
Okay.
They are still the only unbeaten club of Ghana Premier League. But because of draws, so maybe what Coach Karim did to Ekano say, pay small attention. I can't like no man kitten. Because the games that they are supposed to win, when they go away, they are doing well, still unbeaten. But when they go away from home now, good results on the abano. When they come home, then they allow certain teams to come and draw. The draws are going to call Bobo Baba Sports Stadium now saying. And which media means the money bad when they draw a who crashing loso.
Or draw against Vision and over draw against Diana. As I know, young apostles.
Who's a Vision going away?
Yeah.
So one shiny draws no, a bit more some pseudo sense of 1 point. But no one lose 2.
Sure.
But still hopefully it's okay. Oh yeah, no. And I think that is affecting Kotoko. Which me, I don't see the Century Park as a place that is a baby a Kotoko be kwa so pupu, especially this season. Debbie. This season there, season of Muji League they are fine. But this season that in Century Kotoko can win. The issue is who leads the line for Kotoko. And the last time we were analyzing, so Kotoko goes to maybe a free bar. It is good that there are a lot of players who are scoring. But it looks as if when the midfielders don't score, now say other defenders don't score, Samba, Lodamo, Amo, Jewumoni, and they don't score. Getting the attacker that is getting the goals for them becomes problematic. And Michelle Kotoko Twitter, they are previewing their midfielders because of reason I say midfielders now so team in him. I can understand Coach Zito when he says that he plays the Ebre, but maybe fourth and GFA to fourth. The games have to be played. Okay. And Kotoko qualify for Africa is as a result of South Africa, no? And then Kotoko Ababeduru on him, it's Kotoko should find ways to get the wings now on. I think that generally one last game me do come on. Ediana Fora have been good.
The Bruno Derby, no? How many become Chelsea?
Me sure say some body waiting ya Kodoma for win. So you draw crown for Nyane.
Okay.
Because Ediana have been very solid. Mixture of youthful exuberance players, plus young team or experienced players that Eric J. Muni Adim are all still there. That adding to the numbers. I think that Ediana have huge opportunity to win. I like the fact that they are galvanizing the local community as thanks for them. Okay. I think say Ediana gets the win also.
Very what's your league table? Mediama first. Heart of Lions. Adriana Kotoko. Which I think that the league table is communicating something to us. Clubs normally doing the preseason. Reflecting on performance league in the song. And Rich, yeah, we will go. They say how many years now? Either Kotoko as NG League, you got 3 seasons.
Mediama Sama Tesaji and Augusta as well.
And we are yes, which are we as I could be.
The Enya Kotoko has almost this year's league.
Simply because, Rich, the quality of the players league in him. They say across Obiaobi.
Okay.
Now the other factors are Maoji League. Okesia. Okesia no so no following. Nti say Obia be ball baba ya rank obalanka 30,000 capacity.
I am mad.
Opejanity na the yema na Kotoko no. But Rich, in the last 5 years, even more than that. What is happening and they say Oko Sama boy make a clubs on Maji League no. Oko Mediama. Takwa. Na Oko baby enia. So mo bobo ni omu homa. Say even a 5,000 capacity 2,000 krana. And why you must say them? Takwa kradi omunya renovated TNA no. I want floodlights near there no. They've created a football culture. Either Friday night or Saturday night. And on home games. enti party ni start free stadium ho ye wi ane dey tiesi abonte no so what I am saying is say kotoko ne asa nhwe ya na omo supporters no omo anyai no mo no mo di yi omo ho ano no they can go 10 years without winning the league if these clubs are battling with them on the quality of the players they can recruit and omo will create a football culture where omo stadium will always create the atmosphere with the crowd no omo here no whilst you can't be able to guarantee that Rich no cre game na kotoko ko bono sa game si bi na kotoko pe game on paper away game it looks difficult for Kotoko to win. Asima making I am not saying that because ABI are more used to Kotoko, but it is the truth. Kotoko has they will go away to any of these clubs now. On paper the game look difficult, which that is where they stand up and rise to the occasion. Sure. Minifi and when he says summer boy venue no enye fortress. The only thing alcohol this season. Now I could deny summer test 3 points. Ayawa onipa Amadu.
Kavera.
Yes, omupe. And you know, say yakasa Amadu akoye bibia. You know, get over my ass.
Now we games.
Yes, you know.
Very very difficult.
You know, say the way or approaching games, you know, there will be one baby a young question or on Uber to say Saturday a famana. And see, dear coach Christopher, any or some others, right? It takes that moment to go and deny some others their 3 points. And now coach Karim Chito will have to go and do.
Okay.
Look, last season, coach House coach Abubakar Watara, there was something about House. Anna Migiri said the money must change. But rich intimate society has seems to do well away than home. And which some house of folk supporter, rich I think some may go away I'm of him.
Okay.
I think some go home. Especially me couple young apostles are last season me question 2-1. But rich only the difference. Were you not surprised the stats now young apostles now will league anymore? Say hey. And again, Rich, say team be born home more than sa. Na obeshia hasa last season obe wiya no 2-1. Na near dawo. Na ni be dawo. Sa de na has the koyo omo last season, you know. And I've heard the owner of Young Apostles on one radio station alleging say last season Elijah Kambi made a mysterious appearance at the team hotel before the game. And this time around, until now, Masadi and CBM. It's a very, very interesting game.
Right.
Media may go home against Bichum. Yeah. It's a game. Yes, it's a game I'm expecting. Say, Media will win and keep the momentum now. Right. Or the top of the league. You know? I think the other games should be very, very exciting. Vision Elbow against Heart of Lions. Game the vision is Heart of Lions or Probibia so league now a game you don't want to lose or until there are very very other interesting games right. Yeah, where any more this weekend Rich
in Shabo do me be lines na no in Shabo do no mesamo yakoto esra ya hwefo ne atiefo dina samo boan na fi ko ne wie enyanka omodan so kakra bi ekuta obia ensa so aduane mpaboa bibia sika ana apeso de bebo Nhyira FM na Ofane Jones awdo yi yenso ye de sa niam yi ekokobo mu a ekwan da ho obetimi aba no aba bebo yen na se eye sika dia momo line no eye 0550 068820 dia beba ne Nhyira donation ana Clement appear monogram eye 0552 827834 na monso maboyen ama yama enimonyam hye abankwadai enso enim oboase beaters LIVESTREAM ana to the start dwumadie no nso eba so 25th of December bronya dano edunti makatwas artist edo mo ba nya seketwa kwadwantwi ba kofikinyata eba kidi ba for yamponsa kwabena and Jackie and many more and so kan wo nyina no one big stage on big so normal to nyom. I mean, obi a obana to the start dwumadi in there. One kasa nim say dwumadi now is big. Enti twa ticket nintam so na edru odoma onsoro nyame adoma 7 p.m. sharp. Ye the dwumadi na hye so ticket regular echo for 200, VIP echo for 400. Now ode to tickets 0322083581 A352 A3583. Hello.
Over.
Yes, sir.
The best of the Nicky Moose was a town of the Macaulay, Yanni says, from where I'm to come in my house.
Matia,
wine, I can do the pie. I can't see Yasa and I'm Tom Boss, new the quality, not the top of the champion. With you, Papa. My about food medicine, and let's say has. Normal house is 48 years, the enemy who offer. For the past 3-4 years, Jimmy Shaka for Aden. For the Quaino Mobile to me, so I'm a pa to play some Muno Muna. Omamla, I said, be about my son's. Mom put training for performance some so for number why. What's my camera and that's it.
Yes, that's a pa. That's a tough for me show. And see, okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are for Piazza. Yes, I got a follow. One point now. In my now, you make me so one year leader.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yemfa next caller. Hello.
Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
We move watching. We draw to me being a member FPP Media Petros. Adaroma, I mean, say you are Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Baumia, former vice president. Ricardo. Now we have to go to the summer test you and your magic at what? The best to say, Kotoko. Supporters, yeah, into Munkono. Your vampire born tight in Mexico said, Samatas no pay team there. What prepare strongly. I mean, you did it again to me of your work. A crowd was interested in a draw. And you got over players. Yes, Ramo. Yes, Ramo. Point to me, crowd 1 point. 4+.
Okay. Yemfa next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I know she was a joke. Maybe I short answer my business to be and could nap my idea.
Oh, okay. They said the hand corner out young.
Kilbia. I got a born idea thereby. You say, has to be loose. Once they do it, will be a mini lemo. So maybe Mulemo will be a mini lemon. They are sure that a crack of very has to be loose. We tell me some other OT.
Mate, 2 callers now. Yempeda Yemu. Hello.
Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
As usual, I can do the boy.
Hmm.
We took the other.
Yamia do me be fine.
I'm a friend and I'm a Frank about the answer. The income. Rich.
Yes, sir.
What are
Adumiao.
Now, let's go.
Oh, me call sorry, pa.
Now, because last year, Uber was senior college every Monday, Saturday. Uber be my hammer, so yes, we are there again. Now, from Monday to Saturday, over my hill, every other man, you give me a woman, you look at. And to that, I'm here planning a Saturday. Then be a woman, that's your friend and say again. When we are just next year, over have a shady same boy as we go.
Robert, my phone, because I'm due.
Okay, Kaka me tell you, okay, how to put that, yes, we are. And he has to put the put in Yano. The papa will take this to me, I'm going to be a camera. Let me try better to the 2 church and I don't put you before you. Let us say.
And so, yeah, that's it. And the Monfan Chame pa callers in my Yam time, Monfan Chame. Yami had Mamma Shambo next week. My mom 10 solid minutes. Na Monsuma to me at the Achema Kama Penede, Monfan Chame. Na birthdays yenya so tilo who was saying who the neighbor saying
2
okay and Jeff my nya I picture na am this Sunday wrong name we am the parking there na so na fi yenya kwan so ma abin wa news team no ento so emmayen me ko US na mawishe mi ankasa me nua Jackson awuku in fact uko US dia do bia de nim ne pa ida so be friend TI Anakwasi US there Rochester Massachusetts and Jackson Awuku aka Akwasi Anati and so Jackson maybe I will be happy birthday to you bro Yamin Shaw pa wakoma painting Yamin Shaw na onko so anya okese da bia me ka se akonto mu nsem ya na bebre nyankopon koso na omo ho ban oduma yim bibia nyankopon emo ho ban na omo ho kwatentia ahoden ewom na afi nhire bia wa wodam bia no nyankopon emfa bi emfa ennom Gaxen awuku akwasi anatia awo eye Rochester US. Happy birthday to you, bro. Yami Shaupa na mian kasa me bra penny parking New York Bronx and a parking and so na parking essay and then sixta Malizi ani padodona FN madam edi eye ni birthday Malizi. Happy birthday to you. Yami Shau mama Yami Shaupa na onya okese awudemu nhye bia nyankopon emfa bi emfa ennom na ne papa efene se Dennis ono so nipa dodo na efe no eye physical ono so edi na woda ene osa ni nua
de be ni nua but efene Father Dennis.
Okay ono ye ni nua anti ni dini na Father Dennis. Okay
physical no
Father Dennis ani padodo na for physical onso yem show happy birthday nyame show unia parking US o say odawase enem paibo pa obo edema no na onso nyankopon show pa onko so enye okese happy birthday to you father. Hello
Richardo ane emeka sa menua ba Cindy ene Cindy birthday Cindy sokoba mpa me eno ntro Cindy Ewanka so papa wayo si uma me munyina na busua nyina esme fen share from so na yama happy birthday kupon show no koso an onye okese do sabe so bia erade emananye kama intim from international Cindy na mirem ewo achemoda na mereshe madam Chewa Comfort happy birthday madam Chewa Comfort and na your birthday na wo oda Senate flat nim honom ana wote na international manager Emmanuel our police ni SM in share from so na me show happy birthday good show non cause one on your case don't sabe so bia erade emananye kama intim and from madam Chewa Comfort.
Okay kaka kwabra oni team no amede wa ben ha no e de e ba kaka ku na ho ye de
me ho ye